benefits due. 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Rooter is Northeast Florida's only master septic contractor that is fully insured. See our Google reviews. Visit duckduckrooter.com. 904-862-6769.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh. Good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
I don't like onions. I'm doing paleo. Do they have gluten-free bagels? You can't juggle every food request for a work event, or can you? Easy Cater is the all-in-one tech platform that makes it easy to get restaurant catering for work, with options for any group size, taste, dietary preference, or budget. Easy Cater saves your favorite restaurants and orders, which makes reordering a snap. Need to modify an order? No problem. So when it comes to food for work, make it easy on yourself with Easy Cater. Start your order at easycater.com.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A. Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Home of the Jaguars, 1010XL, WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach. When Jag News breaks, hear it first on 1010XL. Let's take a look inside 1010XL.
Who wants the Grand Tour?
That would be terrific. That would be great.
We have the drill in the morning.
Very amusing.
Jaguars Today from 10 to noon.
Good.
Helmets and heels until 2.
Yes.
XL Prime Time and the Franchi Show afternoons.
Gee, this is great.
Then Baloo and Hacker take you into the night.
All in one location.
1010XL. He used to cover the Jags. Now he's a CBS Sports senior NFL writer.
Well, I believe you got everybody's attention.
He's Pete Prisco. Friday afternoons on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Now at Hodges Mazda, drive off in the perfect SUV. Lauren Brooks here. Take advantage of 0.9% APR for 60 months on the 2024 Mazda CX-50 and 2024 Mazda CX-90. Both expertly blend rugged capability with refined luxury, offering versatile performance and sophisticated design to fit your lifestyle. Plus, with 2 years of free maintenance and our non-commissioned sales team putting your best interests first, it's an offer you don't want to miss. Visit Hodges Mazda today or shop online at HodgesMazda.com. See dealer for details. Terms of fees for qualified applicants expire September 30th, 2024.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Are you ready to upgrade your home? Experience the winning combination of style and performance with Renewal by Andersen. Energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. This offer expires September 30th and restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit rbafla.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
Hicken here for About 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of About 9. Visit About 9 Associates today and experience the difference. About 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Yeah, sure. Rise and shine, Googans. Go time on a Monday morning. Hope you're a little fresher than the Jaguars offense as you get up and going today. Hope you're not as stale and unimaginative in your business day as our football team suddenly has seemed to become. Where do we start? Thanks for being with us, by the way. Appreciate you out there. Of course it's raining this morning. You bet it is. It's deserving of rain, but we could use a break by this point. I feel you on that. Look, at the end of the day, it's this. We're not a good football team. I don't know how it happened. I do know how it happened, and we'll talk with Tony today, and we'll talk with Fred today. I know how it happened. There's definite weaknesses to this football team the last couple of years. We're just not addressing them. You know, we're signing corners and ends and quarterbacks to the top of the league money, and we're just leaving some important parts of a winning organization, you know, incapable. And, you know, it's a big boy league where you win things on the lines of scrimmage, both sides. And our lines of scrimmage are not playing winning football. And it's just bogging everything down. But that, beside the point, has just put the Jaguars in an 0-2 hole. And let's just do ourselves a favor here and forget the playoff ramifications of the 0-2 start. I mean, for the biggest part, we need to learn how to play winning football. And it was frustrating if you were there yesterday. You feel me, Jaguar fan? You get a better indication of just what's going on when you're in that stadium and you're seeing the full field than when you're limited by that TV broadcast and follow the ball wherever they're throwing it. This, somehow, real quick, has become a real stale, impotent offense. Where's my genius play caller? You know what I've determined, E.T.? Good morning, friend.
What's up?
You know, we have grinded our teeth and asked question to question about the play caller. You know what I've determined? It's not the play caller. It's the plays. It's the playbook. Our offense stinks. You watch other teams accomplish more with arguably less. Although this offensive line makes any and all things you try to do just about dang near impossible. They refuse to play the position at an acceptable level. Week after week after week. Stuff rate, pressure. But we knew this. Apparently the only person in the world that hadn't known this is Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson. Whoever believed it more, I don't know. We don't have a winning offensive line. We're so limited right now. We're going to have to make splash plays, scrambling out of trouble, fitting balls into windows, because Peterson and crew won't design a play that's wide open. I watch guys for other teams run wide open. When do we have anyone wide open? When? And so when you do have someone on one of those plays, but my God, your hair's on fire from the time you say snap. If you miss your 1 out of every 7 plays where someone's actually open, then it just keeps you in this malaise. The offense is broken, man. It's a mess. And they need to go back to the drawing board today. And I'm sure they know this. We went through a terrible tailspin at the end of last year when all things were done and we analyzed where we were. We fired the entire defensive staff, which I'm not saying was a problem, and we left the offense in place. And we're 2 weeks in, and we got 30 points. With the same old problems that plagued us a year ago. So if you're going to go back with the same people, but I see you, Calvin Ridley. I see you. Yeah, I see you. I see your sliding one-handed touchdown grab. I see your reverse for a touchdown. Do we run a reverse? Does our playbook include a reverse? I don't know, maybe a little misdirection. I don't know, something to get someone open?
But who we going to give the ball to on a reverse? A dog.
We don't make plays. I sat in the stadium for 60 minutes yesterday and watched the Jaguars make one special play all day. One. Got Brian Thomas open down the middle of the field for a 66, I think it was, yard gain. That's it. 60 minutes. You made one play, boys. Oh, yeah, we covered into a sack or two, I guess. Yes, we're a bad football team right now. Not a good one. Not a playoff contender right now. The whole is not. The sum isn't adding up, right? It's not adding up to a good football team. We're playing losing football. We haven't forced a turnover in 2 weeks. We have a number 1 overall pick quarterback who's completing like 50% of his passes. We have an offense that's an absolute pile of junk. And we get to this reality as I watched Sunday Night Football last night. Ready for this one? Fight me on this one.
All right.
Fight me on this one. The Houston Texans are better than the Jaguars at all 11 positions on offense. Not quarterback, not line, all 11. Perhaps literally all 11. Maybe Evan Ingram and Dalton Schultz would be a slight lean to the Jaguars, but of course you got to play. 10.5 out of 11 spots. And by the way, they make plays, they protect, they get open, they've got playmakers, boom, ba-boom, ba-boom, one after the other. And I'm not even saying this for this season. You guys got to get a freaking win before we even start talking about these pie in the sky. We are what we are. What we are is a terrible team that's now lost 8 out of 9. A quarterback who's lost his last 11 starts. Playoffs? Playoffs? Channel my inner Jim Mora, Senior. So, yeah, it's back to the drawing board. Somehow we're barely into September, and our boys need to be in the drawing room. I don't know what happened after the game last night. You know those tired cliches of coaches working all night in the office? Yeah, I'd have been okay with that last night. Yeah, Peterson and Press and the whole gang stayed down there. We got like 71 guys on staff who are quarterback experts / gurus. We've got former NFL quarterbacks with Peterson and Mike McCoy. You got to get Trevor right. That's part of it here, too. Where's the genius? I see the, if you're doing the genius scale from 0 to 1,000, buddy, there ain't no genius showing up. Play caller? How about playbook? Let's get one. Let's get a playbook. And let's do this. And I could feel the eye rolls if these were hitting ears. I do. I can feel that. Oh, you think we're not trying to do that? Try better. Try harder. Let's make a goal that every time we run a play, now this is crazy, there's someone open. Then as we go through the game and we see what's working, what's not working, what the other defense is going, we play, I don't know, pull out a chess set. Let's put checkers in the closet for a half an hour. It's a home game against a bad team that didn't even play good. And, never really threatened. That's not true. Hit a touchdown, but of course, I believe it was Dearness Johnson had lined up on the wrong side of the field on the play. I mean, we're 2 weeks in. We had training camp. Dude's on the wrong side of the field. Here's an idea. Anybody heard of Travis Etienne? We got his name on the roster? I just thought we're at a big point of the game here trying to take a lead. I know Dearness Johnson's been scaring folks around the NFL for decades. Maybe put Etienne in there, and you know what might have happened? This is crazy. Maybe he'd have lined up in the right spot. I know it's a lot to ask an offense to block. I know it's a lot to ask guys to run the right routes. Maybe next preseason you play the starter 60 full for 3 games in a row. I mean, they're all hurt by now anyway. Dang, we can't get a tight end through pregame warm-ups. At the end of the day, man, you got a couple 3 years in the NFL to prove you're a playmaker. It's just another storyline that we can attack here. None of our guys are emerging, the Siscos and Hamiltons, and all these guys are just guys, man. At least that's how they're playing.
They are who we thought they were.
We gotta. Now the problem is they're not who we thought they were. That's the problem. Trevor, sum it up for us real quick, if you would, my man. That wasn't a very good effort by you and the boys yesterday. As we, by the way, drop another one at home.
Yeah, I mean, we suck right now, so I'm pretty shocked.
Okay, I agree. I take a quick time out to go inside this locker room, hit some of the other hot spots. I may open the phone lines.
Yeah, we might.
I mean, I can't be the only one screaming into the ether this morning. 641-1010. We're going to come back and open the phone lines. Y'all tell me how you feel. This is the drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. We're putting a little MMQB into it when we return. You are locked in on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Even the best teams can lose steam when their best players end up on the sidelines.
In case you haven't noticed, our receiver corps is decimated.
Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farah and Farah Injury Update.
Jacksonville. It's part of the game, though, you know?
On 1010XL.
Looking for a new vehicle? Take a look at Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville. Now's the time to save big this summer. Choose from more than 250 new and over 1,000 used and certified pre-owned vehicles on the lot, or shop anytime at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com. Hyundai has one of the top warranties in the business. Lifetime powertrain and a 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, plus 3 years free maintenance on a new vehicle. Give us the opportunity to earn your business today. Atlantic Boulevard, Jacksonville, or visit JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com. Welcome to the family.
Mad Men Marketing, Jacksonville's original digital ad agency, is now able to get your ads placed on Amazon Prime Video. Their digital experts are some of the few digital marketers approved to insert on Amazon Prime Video. Call their digital consultants at 355-1766 to learn how you can use Amazon Prime Video to grow your business and increase sales. Mad Men Marketing. Interact. Don't interrupt.
Googan Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Post-Game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Hey, it's Joe C. My friends at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can elevate your grilling experience with a durable high-end grill from great brands like Coyote, DCS, Alfresco, and American Made, and make an outdoor kitchen custom built to your taste and lifestyle. Visit their local showroom and see all the new displays at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it.
CSS. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we? Roland Reach Plumbing! Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
Duval. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Attention sports fans, are you ready to take your game to the next level? Look no further than Best Bet. You can bet anywhere, but you'll definitely win here. Experience the thrill of sports like never before. With all the major games broadcasting live on our big screens and a menu stacked with your favorite foods and refreshing drinks, you're sure to find your winning ticket. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com. Bet anywhere, win here. Only at Best Bet.
Summer is here, which means it's time for road trips and family vacations. Frank Frangie here. Before you hit the road, make sure your car can handle the heat with a visit to Big Chief Tire. Their expert technicians will ensure your vehicle can handle the summer heat, from tire checks to AC services. Avoid the stress of a breakdown and travel with confidence. Visit BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your summer checkup today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, it's the Monday morning quarterback, divorcemenonly.com. All right, we'll give you the opportunity here. The old school sports talk radio and put the talk in it. Boy, I got an interesting article here, fresh off the Jaguars' loss yesterday. It's from Connor Orr, who's been covering the league for SI for a while. I'm assuming he was at the game yesterday. That's what it looks like. Here is what this headline says. One of the many aspects you have to explore when your team is failing as stalely and miserably as this offense in particular is right now. But here's the headline. I'll get into the meat here in a sec. Doug Peterson running out of time to reach Trevor Lawrence's ceiling. After Jacksonville signed its quarterback to a $275 million extension, it's up to the Jaguars coach to prove he's the right person for the job or get out of the way. That's certainly how it works. Promise you this, as they search for an answer with their former number one pick, he won't be the first to go. He hadn't played that bad. He had to look overmatched. They just stopped doing anything. Very frustrating. So anyway, MMQB style brought to you by divorcemenonly.com. I'm going to take 3 or 4 phone calls. I got a couple other things I got to circle back to, but we will start on this wet and miserable Monday morning with Chris in Middleburg. Hello, Chris. Good morning. There? Yeah, good. Hey, Chris. Good morning.
Good. Just wanted to call in. I heard you say you were opening the phone lines. I usually call the fifth quarter, but it's been weighing on my heart seeing the Jaguars fall flat on their face. I mean, in Miami, they had the game in their hands. Yesterday, they had the game in their hands. Unfortunately, the Ernest didn't set, and it took away the touchdown. It just looks like the Jaguars aren't really getting it going. I don't know whether it's chemistry. You don't want to say it's that because they were 8-3 last year.
Yeah,
you know,
I feel you.
For the number 1 seed. Then you come this year, you've been sold all year that this is the best team the Jaguars have ever had.
They told us that. Yeah, we didn't have to even be sold. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
All right.
they told us that. Then you get them on the field and you got high hopes, and then you don't see what you're expecting to see. And I just feel like the Jaguars are missing something.
Well,
and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll offer you a couple of suggestions. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Yeah, they're missing something. They're missing a competent playbook and offensive execution. That's just what, and this is an ongoing problem now for years. This offense, for all its glory that we proclaimed after that beautiful, 6-7 game stretch in 2022, it's pitiful. They can't run the ball. And by the way, it's your offense. I don't care why. If it's the offensive line, then you should have done something better with it. At this stage, it's you. It's Doug Peterson is failing. We can blame the offensive line. We can blame it all. Overcome, man. Bebop around the area. Let's check out and check in with Kirk on the north side. Hello, Kirk. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Oh, I got to tell you, I did not realize as a season ticket holder, I was at the dog pound yesterday.
Oof.
I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, it's just everywhere. Even Leon on his radio show said, Balky sold us a bag of goods.
Well,
I mean,
it feels that way to this point. Hang in there, Kirk. Appreciate you. Listen, I will say this: that's become a trend around the NFL. The visitors, what recession? NFL fans travel, man. A bunch of Jag fans down in Miami you would have heard if they'd finished that thing off. And unfortunately, here in Florida, we're always going to be one of the prime destinations, right? If you're sitting in Cleveland and you look at your road trips all year, y'all go down to the beach. That sounds fun, right? What are you going to do, go to Atlanta? But, yeah, you know what you do? You drown those guys out by performing well. Remember how much fun we had when those Cowboy fans that were just reveling in the stadium that day when we pulled the comeback on them and sent them home miserable? Almost made it better. It's a bad look. The game is shot. The camera angles are shot from the Jaguars side of the press box from that outside of the stadium, and it's the opponents are on the other side, which is where you see most of the visitors. So if you're watching on TV, it looks like it's 50-50. I'll tell you that the side that the cameras are on typically is the Jaguars side of the field. Primarily Jaguar fans. Most season ticket holders are kind of shooting for that side. Greg is on the west side this morning. Hello, Greg.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I mean, as good as I can. It's supposed to be a fun job, Greg. I don't know. The sports gods, little G, haven't gotten the memo this football season.
Well, it's supposed to be fun to watch the game, but it hasn't been for a while now. And I hold Doug Peterson responsible for this. They didn't do anything. They lost 6 out of 7 games and then brought us back the same team pretty much. And I don't know why they didn't throw Mac Jones out there yesterday just to see what would happen.
Yeah, that's always a quick go-to, especially for the fans. Thank you for your phone call this morning, Greg. And the reason is because Mac Jones wouldn't have done any better. Trevor wasn't missing things. Understand that. I mean, I was at the game. I was like, well, did he miss a throw here or there? You bet. Everybody did, right, yesterday? That we don't have. The problem is if you consistently have guys open, you just keep shooting them and overshooting them, then, yeah, let's get somebody who can throw it on target. It's a disaster, man. It's worse in person. It's worse seeing the whole field than it is watching it on television. You have no idea how pedestrian and pitiful this offense is. You really don't.
Open up your heart and let that hate out.
You bet. Yeah, you don't. There are no words for how quickly this thing has gone absolutely stale. Whatever the reasons are, I don't care. That's on, to your point, that's on Doug Peterson. 100%. It's on, at this stage of everything, it's all on Doug Peterson. Boy, his tone of voice, his demeanor yesterday in the press box sounds like a guy who knows it's all on him.
Something we need to look into and find out why. It's really, we have an opportunity to play a football game. We're blessed to coach and play, and you should be excited about, stepping on the field and giving everything you have. And, it's a tough sport. It's something I got to try to figure out with the guys and see what's going on.
I guess. I don't know. That seems awful flimsy. I'm not saying for him. This is often used. Our guys weren't fired up. Well, execute. You'll get fired up pretty quick. I don't know. What do guys got to do? They got to run out and do backward flips and handstands, or just go be a professional. But either way, execute. Play football worth a flip. Connor Orr of Sports Illustrated in town yesterday for the game has written, listen, this is close. This is where you start to get now when you're not getting results. Here's what he writes at the beginning of this column. You can search it out if you want, but from this morning. After a 33-yard scramble by Trevor Lawrence put the Jaguars inside the 3-yard line for a first-and-goal situation in the second quarter, Doug Peterson took his second timeout. Play call coming out of said timeout was a handoff to Etienne Jr. Stuffed 2 yards in the backfield. Next play was an incomplete pass. And then the Jags were forced to use their third timeout of the half with 4:51 to go. You may have seen Trevor then spike the ball in frustration, remember? The play call coming out of said timeout was a pass for Lawrence against 6 Cleveland Browns defenders positioned either right in front of the end zone or inside it. There did not appear to be any complimentary receiver action to legally pick a defender, create an opening. Lawrence fired the ball towards Gabe Davis and it fell incomplete. Team settled for a field goal. They'd already burned 3 timeouts. No ability to prevent the Browns from just winding down the clock and keeping the ball till halftime. And then they got the ball to start the second. 2 trips to the red zone later. Jags missed a field goal in the third quarter after Lawrence was sacked for a loss of 8 on third. With a little less than 9 minutes to play in the fourth, the team had a touchdown nullified via illegal shift. Pass on second down to Etienne gained no yardage, and on third down, Lawrence appeared to pass up an open wide receiver at the pylon. Or maybe he couldn't see him thanks to a screaming Browns defender coming from his front side. He skied the ball out of the back of the end zone. Peterson, despite trailing by 6 points, opted to kick the field goal. And then there's more. That seems a little bit out of character, didn't it? And then I started thinking, you know what? Maybe this is why they go. That's a little different situation. Going for it on your own 30 and giving them a score is different than going for it on their 6, where if you don't make it, at least you have them backed up. I would have taken the points. You're down 6. You get the 3. Do not get me wrong. But I started thinking, does it really matter? Had they gone for it, even if they missed, it wouldn't have mattered.
It seemed like he was thinking about going.
Yeah,
for it
he was
too.
at first.
Yeah.
Had they missed it, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. And had they missed it, maybe it would have helped them. Maybe you get them at the 5 because as it were, you kicked the field goal, you kicked to them, they held the ball, and then ultimately pinned you deep. When it's going wrong, it's going wrong. Every decision you make, every play you design. I'm sure they went into the game looking at the Browns' foot. Last year, we were a lot better on offense against the Browns than we were yesterday. The Browns' defense last year was number 1 in the league. We scored 27 points on the road. This thing is flat and it's stale, and we'll turn to Tony Baselli and Fred Taylor a little bit later this morning for, hopefully some answers. I told you I don't want to get playoffs. That's just stupid. We need to learn how to win a football game. There's plenty of time left if you can. The NFL season, it is a long marathon of a sprint. But let's be fair. If we're going to play the card leading into the game, if we are going to determine our postseason fortunes in September, we know how damning that 0-2 stat is. That's math. That's not opinion. 0-2 teams go on to qualify for the playoffs. Only, about 10% of the time. Between 9 and 11, now a 17-game season. So here's another way to break it down analytically. You ready? 9 teams are 0-2, ET. The Falcons are 0-1. They host the Eagles tonight. Maybe they'll make it 10. Who knows? But there are 9 teams. Math tells us only one of the 9 is going to make the playoffs if any of them do. That's what math tells us. Right? 1 out of 9, it'd be 11%. So the Jags are among that group at 0-2. The Ravens are 0-2. We're going to beat them down the stretch. The Bengals are 0-2. They're going to be easy to catch. The Rams are 0-2. Couldn't they get back in the NFC? I mean, if we were just handicapping the 0-2 teams, we'd be third or fourth on the list. We're in trouble, man. We're a bad team, right? Not a good team playing bad. We're a bad team that better get better. Better improve. Just getting more and more nicked up. And again, these players that we've been hanging on to for 2 or 3 years, waiting on things to happen, guys not named Trevor, they're not developing. They're not improving. They're not making plays. Played 60 minutes yesterday. We didn't make a play. Brian Thomas made a play. That's it. 60 minutes of football. That team made one play. One. All right, one more phone call. We'll head off to break. Got more from the National Football League, but Tristan's been holding on up there in Nassau County. Hello, Tristan. Good morning.
Hey, Jeff, I really appreciate it. I just wanted to run a couple things by you guys. I mean, someone needs to get blamed for all this undue pressure that this team doesn't need. I mean, we have so much talent. We start off the season with all this jibber-jabber about who's doing play calls. I mean, it's a joke. No one else is dealing with this. Doug Peterson, own up to it. Tell us who is calling the play so we can just be done with that talk. This Trevor Banks Stadium, what has Trevor done to earn that? I mean, what kind of pressure is that? Trevor needs to be blamed. Todd Kahn probably needs some blame. Doug needs some blame for that. I mean, you guys, I ride around in Cleveland. I travel for work. I've been up in Cleveland for the past couple of weeks with a Jags plate on my front of my car. Come on, I own it on my sleeve. I'm from the area. I'm third generation Jacksonville. I'm never going to leave. I'm never going to leave the team. I'm always here. But, guys, it's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. It's very, very well stated. Thank you, Tristan. You say what it is on all of them. It's on all of them. You know? You got a responsibility in all this, too. We're building you a Taj Mahal over there. They got that stadium through on good timing. Yeah, just madly. We can just drive ourselves crazy, pointing to this offensive lineman's terrible grade and this quarterback's inability to make a play and this defender, yada yada yada. It's on Doug Peterson's. Doug Peterson's football team. He's lost 7 of his last games as a head coach. Doesn't inspire confidence in anyone, not players, not fans, not media. This is the drill. 1010XL 92.5 FM. Our mere amateur opinions will be usurped by Messrs. Tony Baselli and Fred Taylor as we move through this Monday morning. No one wraps up a Jaguar Sunday like we do here on the drill. Let's come back on the other side. Let's get into a football. Oh, yeah, by the way, dead man walking in Gainesville, as if you didn't know. Couple quick college observations. This was supposed to be a fun job, E.T. I got 1 and 2 Florida. It's just an absolute, total, just burned to the ground mess. Ooh. I got Florida State and Mike Norvell. By the way, FSU fan, I don't mean to pile on, but every time it's gotten to the point now, he may have eclipsed Beth Mowins. When Mike Norvell speaks, just that voice, just how his voice sounds, it pinches my spine a little bit. Might not be able to play any Mike Norvell the rest of the year. When he's winning, I don't know. It didn't seem to bother me that much. As they're losing it, man. How pitiful are the Knowles, by the way? The college football version of the Jags to this point. And the Gators certainly no better. Happy Monday, everyone. Back with more next.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Boosters are getting restless in Gainesville after Texas A&M knocked off Florida 33-20 on Saturday as a 3-point road favorite. Florida on the road this week at Mississippi State, laying 5.5 points. The total 57 at Davis Wade Stadium. Florida State laying 2.5 at home with Cal at Doak Campbell Stadium. Florida State remains winless after falling to Memphis at home Saturday as a 7-point home favorite. Miami Hurricanes a 17.5-point road favorite at South Florida. Jacksonville Jaguars lose for the second straight week. They fall to Cleveland 18-13 at home. They're a 6-point dog a week from today at Buffalo. Bet smarter with Juice Reel. It's free in the App Store. Juice, R-E-E-L. Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Duck Duck Rooter is currently hiring in all departments. We want great plumbers, CDL drivers, drain field installers, and lift station technicians. If you have experience in your trade and love to deliver a super high-quality level of customer service, you have found the right company. You will enjoy our benefits package that includes excellent weekly pay, paid holidays, health insurance, and working for the best in the industry. Apply at duckduckrooter.com. That's duckduckrooter.com. And click on the careers page. Duck Duck Rooter is an equal opportunity employer.
Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free. No credit cards, no car loan, no personal loan. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make it happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value's way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards and more. Get some money for home improvement. Literally hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips. And approval is just minutes away. So call now, 904-999-1508. 904-999-1508. That's loanpronto.com. Take that cash that you're living in and put it to use. NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
At Garber Auto Mall, we can wiggle it. Best price, we can wiggle it. Best trade value, we can wiggle it. Best payment, we can wiggle it. Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, with 8 American brands, we can wiggle it. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or online at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Hacker here, and I've got something to celebrate. Honestly, I never thought I'd be able to say this. I'm on the countdown to dropping 100 pounds. Yes, sir. 90 pounds already, thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss, and I'm just 3 weeks away from hitting the big 100. The best part? I'm reaching that 100 mark in months, not years. Life-changing and life-saving. No doubt about it. I had pretty much given up on trying, but now I'm going to be here for my son, my wife, my family, and most importantly, for myself. I'm living my life to the fullest, and I didn't know just how easy it was to make happen with Awaken 180. When I hit that 100-pound mark, we're going to celebrate big. I'll keep you updated every week as I get closer, and you can even join in on the celebration. Details to come. In the meantime, pick up the phone and make your own 180. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
You already know it's your boy E to the T, and winning season is back. Football is back, and my bookie is here, baby, to make sure you're ready to cash in on all the action. This season, my bookie is pulling out all the stops with incredible promotions like weekly risk-free boost on Thursdays, where you can bet without a sweat. If your bet hits, you win big. If it doesn't, forget about it. My bookie will refund you your wages, but that's just the beginning. My bookie is giving away hundreds of thousands in prizes with their Super Survivor and their Square contest. Get your entries in now for your shot to win huge cash rewards. For a limited time, they're bringing back the double deposit bonus. When you're ready to get started, use my promo code 1010XL to claim your bonus that doubles your money. Double your cash, my boy, with that promo code 1010XL before you place every bet. And now loyalty pays off. With my bookie, the more you play, the more you win. It's simple. My bookie is the lock of the century. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, and make this season your winning season. Come on, somebody.
Injured in an accident? Have mounting medical bills? Can't work? Don't worry. Zach's got your back. I'm Zach Von Rowan of Von Rowan Law. I will fight for the compensation that you deserve. Set up your free consultation at zachsgotyourback.com.
Weekends were made for sports, and I'll tell you my take on this weekend's best options. Hicken here. Watch for Weekend with Dan on YouTube and Facebook. Weekend with Dan is brought to you by Stone Core. We do outdoors better.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
Hey, Hicken here. Are you tired of having your carpets professionally cleaned only to have them looking dingy again? Zero Res can help. I'll tell you what, they have the technology. Zero Res uses its patented ZR water that cleans beautifully without using any soaps, detergents, or shampoos. That means zero residue left behind. And guess what? Zero Res falling back in time for September. 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129, and we'll clean a 4th room for free. That's right. The 4th room is on me. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backwards. It's a right way to clean.
Prosser here. I've been telling you for years about Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us. Imagine watching your favorite teams in your new Lifetime Man Cave, family hangout, or Lifetime's version of a she shed. And now Lifetime is expanding their replacement window division. Make your home energy efficient with their Energy Star rated windows. Enclosures, flooring, and windows to fit any and all budgets. Visit the showroom just off Phillips Highway. Proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let Lifetime be your home team.
It's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. Hicken here from Matt Hinson in the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney yet. But have you done your last will? It's not the most comfortable thing. It's not the most fun thing to do. It's something you need to do besides getting your assets to the people that you want them to go to. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson will listen to help you with some tough decisions. He'll provide you the info needed so you are at ease with your choice. The Hinson Law Firm. You have questions? Maddie's got answers. 904-527-1700. 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Hey Googans, Dr. Chris Kopp, PT here with Premier Physical Therapy of Jacksonville. Is pain interfering with your life? Looking for a specialist for the rehab of your young athlete? Whether recovering from injury, surgery, or improving overall function, Premier PT Jax provides personalized treatment with compassionate care. My team of experts are ready to serve you at 3 locations: Ponte Vedra, San Pablo, and US 1 Phillips Highway. Visit PremierPTJax.com or call 904-996-6922. PremierPTJax.com, where your journey to wellness begins.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguar head coach Doug Peterson calls out poor red zone performance as a reason for the loss to Cleveland.
It comes down to awareness, comes down to execution on the field, comes down to coaching. Definitely an area that needs to improve.
The safety near game's end presented to be too much of a challenge for the Jags.
We had to go 98 yards, obviously, and it just felt like the pocket collapsed a little bit. Just nowhere to go with the ball, so we just gotta clean that stuff up.
The offensive struggles have shocked quarterback Trevor Lawrence.
Pretty shocked. Suck right now. We got to figure it out. We can be a really good offense, but clearly we're not. Everybody's got to take accountability, look in the mirror, and fix it.
That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I think you don't hit the panic button. There's a long season ahead, but we got to figure some things out in a hurry. We've got to coach some things and do some things. Each person has to look at themselves in the mirror, me included, and we've got to do better. It's disappointing because there's glimpses of greatness out there, but it's not consistent enough.
Wasn't button up at all, especially at home. You shouldn't have those kinds of pre-snap issues. Your guys should line up in the right spot. I mean, really, it comes down to there's some simple things here that 2 weeks in a row, we've had sure touchdowns nullified. Touchdowns, one case would have put the game away, and the other would have somehow given this team, which had played sketch all day, a lead. And Dearness Johnson lined up on the wrong side of the field, and then Trevor's got to wave him over.
But Trevor got to wait on him to get set too, doesn't he?
Well, no. The problem was you got the play clock winding down. If somebody wants to, that's what it was. They were rushing the. Yeah, it's fine if this is all discovered with 17 seconds to go, but that's what it was. And for him to because really, and as you noticed, Johnson had to come to this side of the field, and then he went back in motion the other way, and I guess he didn't get set. He was still moving either, forward or sideways when the illegal shift, and it just happened to be a play where, what do you know, Christian Kirk caught a football. Well, maybe he lost his fingers this offseason. Fire up the band. We got a football fix. Actually, you know what? Ryan has been holding strong. I gave you one segment of phone calls, and Ryan has held on through the break. So let me get to that before I forget. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
That's good. I told ET I was going to fire up everybody. So first, Trevor has to read the field a lot better than he's been doing. This is year 4, and he's not reading the field like he should. The offensive line, we know they softer than baby food, so there's no need even talking about that. But the big problem is Doug. He sat up there last week or this week and threw shots at the defensive coordinator. The defense has allowed 16 and really 17 points. In the NFL, you should be able to win with that, but you're not saying nothing about your offense. That offense is stale. You don't tell nobody who's calling the plays that you're trying to protect your little son or whatever. It's like, dude, you need to do something. You need to figure something out. Like hanging on that Super Bowl win that you was lucky to get. Man, we over that.
That shift is definitely Ryan. That shift is taking place. That's kind of the narrative that's going to emerge here. It's going to be ultimately on the head coach, and what you pointed out are all fair. Appreciate you. Have a great week. Let's see. Maybe next Monday next Monday we'll be previewing. We can't be disappointed yet next Monday. It'll probably be Tuesday morning after we go to Buffalo. And what are the stats on 0-3 teams and how they qualify for the playoffs? We got to find a win, man. This is what I'd say to reading the field. And I don't know. It's a question for Tony. It's a good question. I don't know. I'm not some football savant. We do, when you're at the game, especially in the press box up high with a perfect, 22, you do, I think, have some opportunity to maybe make some observations that you're not making on the television or somewhere else. And I don't know on that safety, where's he supposed to go there? No one is open. And they're right on him from the get-go. And I think he tried to step up and he stepped into it. So, yeah, I get it. But, when it comes to Trevor needs to read the field better, that's like me asking you to read me a chapter in 8 seconds.
Right. But it's also on that safety, though, it seemed like the receivers were running 20-yard routes.
I don't get what we're doing, dude. And then, by the way, when we got the ball at the 10, they were playing 10, 12 yards off of us. Just run down and outs. Run 7 of them in a row. You'll be on the 40 in 30 seconds. That was the disappointment. We got the ball. Look, we got the ball at the 1, and that was terrible. And then somehow the Browns just screwed everything up. Right? Passed on 3rd down. They're trying to give us a chance. And we got the ball at the 30. We hit the one big play even. And we just don't. It's just a combo, man. It's a combo. It's a combo of a lot of things. And we can sit here. If we bounce from combo to combo to combo, you know what? It's on Peterson. It's his team. It's their issues. Whatever you say needs to be fixed. And Balky. It's certainly on Balky. Again, I'm watching the Texans last night, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not saying this out of a fit of embellishment. The Texans' offense might be better than us at all 11 positions. Now, how are you going to win over 17 games if that's the case? How? I know y'all think I'm being – no, I'm not. Tell me. ETN better than Mixon? No. Is Christian Kirk better than Nico Collins?
Come on, man.
Is Brian Thomas better than Stephon Diggs? Is any offensive lineman on the Jaguars a dadgum quality starter on any other team in the universe? I don't know about their right tackle. Maybe Harris. I don't know. Harris ain't doing nothing special if you ask me. We have a way around here. If a guy's not terrible, he's great. Fire the band. We got a football fix. Got to do this quick, but I want to get it in here. We got to keep things wide open. We got Baselli here in 20 minutes. Hicken Rival is, coming up next. Texans do win last night, 19-13. I mean, the Bears fought them. But there is Houston 2-0 and the Jags at 0-2, and got more on that 0-2 stat for you a little bit later this morning. Steelers are 2-0. They got a nice win at Denver yesterday. I mean, they're doing nothing offense. This is like the same formula in back-to-back weeks for the Steelers, who won a grinded-out, ugly defensive matchup at Atlanta last week, and now they've won at Denver. And Baltimore and Cincinnati are both 0-2, and here are the Steelers with 2 road wins. So there's that. story of the league so far is the Saints and their unstoppable offense. Over 40 again. They beat the Cowboys like a drum yesterday, 44-19. Alvin Kamara apparently alive and kicking. 4 touchdowns, over 100 yards rushing. Bucks beat the Lions. The Baker Mayfield maturity continues. By the way, the Bucks have won the NFC South the last 3 years after starting 2-0, and here they are, another 2-0 start. That Saints team, though, looks good. Some of the NFC South. It's not the Falcons we're talking about at all, those two teams. Falcons, by the way, Monday night tonight. Anthony Richardson, 3 interceptions yesterday. Packers with Malik Willis just ran them into the ground. At 256 yards rushing, I believe. This is, maybe even more. It's just a really high number in the NFL. Jets get the first win under Aaron Rodgers. Calvin Ridley making highlight plays for the Titans in that one. Where did Sam Darnold come from? He must have seen Ghostbusters this offseason because Darnold has been fantastic. Had a 97-yarder to Justin Jefferson, and Minnesota handled San Francisco yesterday at home. The Vikings are 2-0. Seahawks beat the Patriots. Seattle is 2-0. Commanders got 7 field goals to beat the Giants because, of course, they did. 21-18, Washington over the Giants with 7 field goals. Sounds exactly right. Chargers are good. The defense is playing great. Bryce Young is a problem. 84 yards passing yesterday. They were expecting a little bump up out of their number 1 overall pick, and he ain't going to work, it don't look like. J.K. Dobbins has, just been a find for the Chargers 2 weeks in a row. That dude's gone for like 140. Touchdown yesterday. Chargers, a road win. Gardner Minshew and the Raiders pull one out at the Ravens. They come back in the fourth quarter. It was a bust a long history of futility in that stat. It's been like since 2016. They'd come from 10 or more down in the fourth. Cardinals over the Rams. Didn't see that one coming, but the Marvin Harrison curtain raising happened yesterday. He had a big game. 3 touchdowns, I believe. And save the best for last. And it lived up to it. Bengals are 0-2 after falling to the Chiefs 26-25 in just a terrific game. Back and forth. It just couldn't ask for much. Cleanse the palate when you got home from that show that we watched yesterday in town. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Home, life, business, auto, bundle. It's the assurance that you get with the insurance agency of Mandy Bowers. And the home course, Jointed Creek Golf Club. I believe it's not completely underwater, but I'm not sure. Whew, this rain. Hicken arrival more next. Spacelli, 25 minutes out. You're listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceManoli.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Sometimes winning and losing comes down to one play. There's only one performance-painting, high-performance play of the game on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey, everyone. It's football season, and we wanted to go to the drawing board to make this year's predictions. Let's compare our 2 blonde all-stars. Most touchdowns, best pricing in the market, most passing yards, gives the most for your trade, most receptions, free oil changes with every purchase, Super Bowl champion, wow customer service. This looks like a winning season for everyone. Come see Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, where you can score big all season long.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them the solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reese Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reese Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like. Customers always win with Roland Reese Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. Man, it's summertime and it is hot outside, and you got to take some precautions when you go out there. That's what Doctors Boudreaux and Metz have taught me through the years, and they've taken great care of me and my skin, so I don't have to go see Dr. Fader and get that Mohs surgery. No, sir, no, sir. I appreciate these guys. I appreciate them looking out for me. And look, you know, we're getting ready for football time, right? We're getting ready for those, you know, those practices that you go to. If you have to sit in the sun, or if you go to the games down and watch the Jags or the Gators or the Knowles, man, you got to put on the sunscreen. You got to wear floppy hats. You got to wear long sleeve dry fits. You got to take care of yourself. And if you see something on your skin, don't wait. Get it checked out. It's real easy to do. The people at Beaches Dermatology will be there to help. Give Beaches Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
Like to learn how to fly an airplane? Well, you're not alone. High Flying Jacko here, inviting you to listen Sunday morning. We'll start your aviation career with a 60-minute ride on the airwaves of 1010XL. The High Flying Show, Sunday at 9 on 1010XL.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations. Julington Creek, Jack's Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine. And over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing? Or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
It's storm season, and JEA is committed to keeping you informed. In the event of a storm, we'll text and email you about the status of your services. We use Facebook and X to post real-time updates. Our live outage map on JEA.com lets you track restoration progress. And as crews work to restore services, our storm outreach team will be in local neighborhoods to answer your questions. Because as your community utility, JEA is here to keep you safe and connected. Your community, your utility.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. It was another embarrassing loss for Florida at the hands of Texas A&M. Head coach Billy Napier points to mistakes as reasons for the loss.
I think there's opportunities to make plays. I think there's mental errors. I think there's fundamental mistakes.
FSU didn't get a win against Memphis and are now 0-3. Mike Norvell, Noles head coach, knows the offense must improve.
Obviously, offensively, very disappointing performance. Unable to really ever get much going. A couple turnovers, mistakes that don't allow to play winning football.
Former FSU quarterback and CBS sportscaster Danny Hicken, following the loss from FSU, didn't mince words about the need for quarterback change.
DJ Uyunglele, who I just think Florida State missed on. Do you think Mike Norvell will really have to consider making a QB change?
At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7:02, it's 73 degrees. Time and temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
For the 128th time in the last 7 years. You know it. You know it. Yada hada ha. Yes, sir. It's the sounds of silence. I can't do this again, E. I can't do it.
You better get used to it, my boy.
And then to top it all off, as I awaken on this Monday, I gather my materials at the house. I head to the car. It's raining!
Make matters worse.
Is it ever going to stop raining? It rains during the game. It rains after the game. It rains around the game. This franchise is killing our city. Oh, my gosh. What a just abomination of football that I've watched here. And I want to tell you something. Not only do I have to sit through Saturday, my one hope is Sunday. On the side note, my baseball team loses 2 heartbreakers in a row. I'm going to tell you one more thing here, E, that I've got to keep these things in perspective. But just so you know, I had Trevor Lawrence yesterday.
Yeah.
His passing yard total was 220.5. I took the over.
Yeah.
You know how many passing yards he had?
Like 220, right?
220!
That's crazy.
I am a loser.
What a loser.
I am a loser.
You got company. Got a bunch of company down there.
My gosh. This team, I knew it, and I said it, and I should have stuck, and I just get optimistic during the training camps and the preseason, and everything was going our way, and it's such a farce. And here we are at 0-2, staring at what are we? We're a 7-10 to 9-8 team, and 9-8 is being generous.
They are who we thought they were.
Thank you. I mean, that offensive line is awful. And I'm losing faith in the coach. I sat in the press box yesterday. We had the ball on the 1-yard line. I said, this guy who doesn't know near as much football as they know, got to throw a slant here. It's got to be a one-step, get rid of it. We can't have a hold in the end zone or a sack and give them a safety. And I heard you, E. We sending guys way down the field, out of the end zone, like that's going to work. Their guy split a double team. We had Morris in Cleveland, who we traded for and re-signed.
Yep.
With one guy who I don't even know who he is. I don't know if he's any good, but he beat a double team, and Trevor had 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, sacked.
It was mono.
Why didn't he throw it away? You get your ass back there and try that.
Yeah,
you can't do that on that play. If he grounds it, it's a safety.
Yeah, if he throws it there, it's a pick six, and everyone's, why did he throw it? Yeah, you can't. He's in the pocket. You couldn't get the pocket. You literally could not throw the ball without.
I watched us on a first or down on their 7-yard line. I don't know if you saw this gem. Our right tackle got cockroached. I mean, got pushed back. I don't know if ETN hit his foot and he went sprawling backwards. I watched our left tackle say hi to Myles Garrett as he passed him by and knocked Trevor Lawrence. It was like this yesterday. I'm going back to the point to throw the ball. Let's see who gets there first, the Browns defensive lineman or the quarterback. It seemed like they were running free. It seemed like they were running free to race to the point.
It's impossible.
That's how bad
again,
it was.
I went into this season saying, Dan, a lot of those reasons / excuses for Trevor, at some point you got to play outside of it. And, not being at the game in Miami and seeing everything that's going on. I know what I watched yesterday. I don't know which quarterbacks would have been more than about 14 or 30 for what he did. He missed a play or two you could have. And the problem is when you're constantly harassed and no one's open, when you do miss the ones that open, they're that much more penal. But we don't get guys open. It's maddening. I keep watching other teams run guys there's no more than 10 yards. We're never wide open.
All NFL teams have scripts. 15 plays that they practice all week. I watch Cleveland come out, and I don't know if this is part of their DNA or I don't know if they just changed it up because they were missing. Oh, they were missing their 2 starting offensive tackles? And our superstar defensive ends sure did take advantage of that with 1 combined sack.
We didn't.
Great job there. Listen, the defense is fine, okay? It's not their fault, so I'm not going to pick on the defense. However, doggone, man, we got a 3rd and 9. When we need a stop, we don't get a stop. They converted all 4th downs that they had. Anyway, but I watched the Browns come out and use this guy's eligible, this guy's eligible. And you know what they did? They were very creative in their script. And you know what it got them? 7 points. And then you know what we did with our script? Run up the middle, no gain. Pass to the tight end for 4. 3rd and 7. Long throw down the field that has no chance to be complete. Punt. We got no creativity, man. Is the offense stale? Have they figured it out? These are the questions that, or is it really execution? Who's calling the plays? Who knows? Some suggested it seemed like Doug took over in the second half. We'll never know. Okay?
Can I say
the
this?
owner knows.
Let me tell you something. What's happened here is we've been led astray with this ridiculousness over the play caller. I've determined this, Dan. The play caller is not the problem. The plays are the problem. The playbook is the problem. There's no creativity. There's no imagination.
Ask yourself this question, and I don't know the answer to this. I'd be curious. Why does the second-year tight end get down the field and catch 3 balls for 65 yards when our starting tight end who had 114 catches, 112 of which were for 3-yard gains last year? How is that possible?
We just don't move. Like the clock, it seems like we're battling the clock. 40% of the snaps, it's inside 2.
Don't even get me started.
It's like we didn't go to training camp. I feel like they just ran them out there.
Clock resets. All right, let's run a double X post, Y, snake, spider monkey, Z, Y, banana. No. Hold on. Let's change banana to pear, and let's go double sets. Let's switch. Get 12 personnel. 12 personnel. Get it in there. Huh? Trevor? What? Okay. Blah. Get to the huddle. Get out of the huddle. 5 seconds left. I got to diagnose. Hike.
They don't give
offsides. Offense. Illegal shift, offense.
After every play call that they send in there, the last words needs to be look for 7. That's what they need to look for 7.
Look for 7.
Call the whole play,
Yes.
double X, ZY, out and up, whatever. Look for 7.
You joke. I mean, seriously.
Oh, there's a communication issue here on this football team that is now in its 3rd year and should be efficient as all hell. It should be second nature, and we can't get a playoff. And it cost us yesterday over and over again. We had the ball on the 2-yard line. We got 3 points. We had the ball on the 2-yard line. We got 3 points. We were 1 for 4 in the red zone. It's unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable. So somebody call the play, get it in, get it to Trevor. If Trevor's a quarterback who needs an extra 3 seconds to diagnose, then pretend like it's 22 and not 25 or 37 and not 40 or whatever it may be, whatever amount of time you have. But you have got to fix that now. And we all know the numbers. It's 11% now. It's 11%. We have an 11% chance.
You want me to go analytics on the 0-2 for you?
Yeah.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
9 teams are 0-2. That's basically a little more than 11%, but that's basically 11%. So 9 teams. I got news for you.
Yeah.
We better than the Ravens?
Nope.
Better than the Bengals?
Nope.
Better than the Rams?
Nope.
There's 3 of the 0-2.
Yeah.
Like, we're 4th in the power rankings of the 0-2 teams.
Yeah.
If that.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is.
Yeah, no, we're-
To quote you, playoffs. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
We need to learn how to run a play,
Yeah.
make some first downs.
I'm not. Don't peek ahead. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I learned last night. We ain't beating Chicago, let alone Houston.
Well, I'm not kidding. Yeah, I'm not
You
kidding.
think we're going to London and sweeping again this year?
Look. It can't. It's not a prediction.
Yeah.
But it sucks when this is all you have as a fan.
Yeah.
You know, it's the NFL. It can turn around quick.
Oh, yeah?
They could. They
Games turn around quick. Our game we got dominated for almost 3 quarters yesterday and could have won that, stuck out of there with a dub.
After dominating for 3 quarters and losing a game the week before.
But now, here's what we got.
The Ravens lost to the Raiders yesterday. I'm just saying. But that's what it takes. The problem now is it feels more and more like we're just team fool's gold. Even if we go beat Buffalo, okay, we scrapped a win. It doesn't excuse or change the fact we should be 3-0.
You know what you said? You know what you said yesterday at the beginning of the game that I made a mental note of? Because you said it in a derogatory way, but in a way it's a compliment. What? I don't mean it mean.
I know.
I'm saying this honestly. You said, hey, man, the Browns sure do get fired up after every play. Yeah, they came to play yesterday.
Yeah.
We're standing around at home waiting for our fans to get excited. Give them something to get excited about, jokers.
100%.
Come on, man.
100%.
All right, let me get the Dream Finders Homes poll questions in, and we'll get to
Baselli's at 40. He's in Canton, hobnobbing with his big wig Hall of Fame friends.
All right, well, I'm not in that big a hurry.
So we're going to get him at 35, whatever it is.
Okay.
When we come back from the 7.
All right, but I want to do this anyway.
Yeah.
Because I've got 2, and the fans have spoken. There's a lot going on here. So let me get to it. It's our Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day. Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Gators, and the Jags. Dream Finders, I feel sorry for you. I love you guys so much, and you're a champion, and I appreciate you. What is causing the biggest problem on the offensive side of the ball? I've given you 4 options, and by the way, I think I may have asked this question last Monday too. Offensive line play is awful. Play calling confusion, and by that I mean communication, who's calling, all of that, coaching. Lawrence not good enough, or, again yesterday, what's happened to Kirk and Ingram's out of the game?
Again, we're almost with all of those, but I just, look, I don't know about you.
We have 1,164 votes.
I don't know about you, but it is.
They were angry.
It jumps out at you in the press box in person, not watching television where you don't see the rest of the field. Mm-hmm. For the most part, guys are not open, and maybe it's because the line, it's like you said, they snap the ball, it's boom.
Yeah.
2nd and 1, it's stuffed. The line stinks. It's the worst. Like somebody said on the text line, Dan, well, there are worse leagues that are doing better. Worse lines in the league that are doing better than the Jags. No, there aren't. We had the worst offensive line in all of football.
So you say it's the line. E, what do you say?
I do, but I can
offensive
blame
line
all
play
those.
awful, play calling confusion. Lawrence not good enough. No Kirk or Ingram use.
I got to go with Jeff. It got to be the O-line.
1,164 votes. 59.3 say the offensive line play is awful. It it looks like it was at least through 2 games, and I don't know how they're going to get better. It looks like, again, to take these veterans and expect them to, they were injured last year. Well, guess what? When they're not injured, they're not very good, and they're going to get injured. And maybe you have to sit there and think, okay, who's our backup guys? We got to try these guys. I don't know.
I don't. They tried that last year because of the injury. They're just as bad. They've done a terrible job of scouting, developing, identifying.
I mean, Walker Little can't crack this team.
Right?
Cooper Hodges can't crack this
We need young
lineup.
guys. We got to go sign 31, 32-year-old veteran middle offensive linemen and way overpay them just to be average, if that.
Yeah.
No, it's look. Here's a reality. You can't win there's so many. Yeah. You want a real solid reason why our franchise has been the absolute pits for 30 years.
Yeah.
Jaguars drafted Tony Baselli with the number 2 overall pick in 1995. How many drafts was that ago, guys?
Probably 30.
Okay,
guess,
but 30 drafts ago, they drafted Tony Baselli number 2. Fantastic draft. He's a Hall of Famer. Obviously, he went to the Pro Bowl.
PFHOF.
Do you know that since 1995 in that draft, ET, the Jaguars have drafted a grand total of 0 future Pro Bowlers on the offensive line? They've never gotten lucky and got a center who made one. They never found a guard who was a perennial. They never got another tackle who stood out. They've had 29 drafts. They've never drafted an offensive lineman who became a Pro Bowler. That's pitiful. That seems impossible. I don't know how many that number is, by the way. 100 draft picks? Like, how many offensive linemen have you drafted?
Well, I'll say this. Our second round pick this year was inactive yesterday.
The D
inactive.
Yeah. And the interior of the line is
and
not
our
good.
4th round pick is a project who we've kept because he's a 4th round pick, but he's not, quote, ready. He's an offensive lineman, but he's not, quote, ready. What does that mean?
It means onboarding, Dan. We're not onboarding correctly. Let's come back and do the 10-minute drill. You cool with that?
No.
Okay.
I have one more bonus Dream Finders.
By the way, it started. You knew this was coming. Just understand that as the song master you are. You mushed them again with the song.
I know.
The song has become a mush. I don't know what's going on.
I was 100% confident.
Yeah, I was too confident, too. I was wrong.
I was 100% confident that the song was going to put us over the top. And you're right. I don't know what to tell you. Everything I touch turns to poop.
Maybe you do a song
right now
after the win moving forward.
Maybe we celebrate through the majesty of song and we stop with this nonsense of prediction.
I heard you briefly mention your baseball team. I had one of those traumatic moments too, where I go from the Mets have already lost. That was awesome, and then the Braves are up 2-0 on the Dodgers. I know it could be borrowed time, and then the Brewers come all the way back. They take an extra inning lead against the Diamondbacks, and the Braves are up 2. I'm like, okay, this is my football weekend is a disaster, but the Diamondbacks are going to lose. The Braves are going to win. They're going to be a game ahead of the Mets. They're going to be tied with the Diamondbacks, and at the end of the day, nope. Braves, Mets still tied, and we get another one with the Dodgers.
Bonus Stream Finders Homes poll question. What should the Gators do with Billy Napier? 1,000 votes. Fire him yesterday, 59.2. Fire him at the end of the season. Fire him in the bye week, or he can still save himself. There's a 12% of you are very optimistic that think he can still save himself. We'll talk about that later in the program, but I wanted to get that in. Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the Jags and the Gators. There are 15 communities in Jacksonville. Man, oh, man. You can take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said at 2.99%. Find that dream home. Take advantage. They will help you. Just go to dreamfindershomes.com. They will help you navigate your purchase. And tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll do the 10-minute drill. It's a sad day in Jacksonville.
This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
I mean, I got to say, too, Christian Kirk, where are you, my man? I mean, we got to get this guy the football. What are we doing, man? This guy's an 80 to 90 catch guy a year. He's got 2 catches this year for 29 yards because yesterday he had 1 catch for -1 yard. He did have a touchdown, but unfortunately we had a penalty on that one. 1 catch for -1 yard? It's amazing. He had 1 for 30 last week, 2 drops, and yesterday 1 for -1. What are we thinking out there? Listen, I love BTJ. We got to use these guys. We got them. I mean, I just don't understand. And that's your Duval Minute. It's brought to you by Lift Power. Listen, gang, summer is winding down, but the job market is not at Lift Power. We need experienced lift truck and dock and door technicians. We need lots. You got to check it out. Benefits, 401k, company vehicle, paid training, sign-on bonus. Come see why Lift Power has been voted one of the best places to work for the past several years. They love you over there. Our rapidly growing business has proudly served the Jacksonville area for more than 50 years. They're family-owned and operated. They scream stability, and we want you to be a part of our family. Do not let this opportunity slip by. You can learn much, much more by going to liftpower.com. That's liftpower.com.
Let's go. Game day gets here a little quicker with Pregame Friday. Here we go. Who's in, who's out, who's on upset watch.
Exactly.
We'll get you ready for the games. Brought to you by MyBookie and Dream Finders Homes on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hacker here, and I've got something to celebrate. Honestly, I never thought I'd be able to say this. I'm on the countdown to dropping 100 pounds. Yes, sir. 90 pounds already, thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss, and I'm just 3 weeks away from hitting the big 100. The best part? I'm reaching that 100 mark in months, not years. Life-changing and life-saving. No doubt about it. I had pretty much given up on trying, but now I'm going to be here for my son, my wife, my family, and most importantly, for myself. I'm living my life to the fullest, and I didn't know just how easy it was to make happen with Awaken 180. When I hit that 100-pound mark, we're going to celebrate big. I'll keep you updated every week as I get closer, and you can even join in on the celebration. Details to come. In the meantime, pick up the phone and make your own 180. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day and any time. That's why I'm telling you about my doctor, Rick Townsend. I've been going to Doc T for a couple decades, but he's decided to take a leap into a new and exciting, more personal world of medicine where he can treat you and treat you when you need be, and I sure am going with him. If you need an appointment and say your next available is, you've heard this before, a couple months away. Now with Doc T, if you're not feeling well, man, he gets you in that day or the next day at the very latest. Medical emergency? Hey, here's Doc T's personal phone number. He'll get right back to you 7 days a week. Think of it like being a member of an exclusive golf club, but the cost is going to surprise you. And as far as physicians, Rick Townsend's the best. Navy trained, graduating from Wake Forest. Doc T's been a fixture in our community forever. I can't speak highly enough of him as my doctor. So whether it's yearly physicals, office or virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, or hospital follow-ups, you name it, Doc T's got you covered. Find out how you can take away your health worries at mypvconcierge.com.
Bold City AC, keeping you cool.
Feeling the heat, Jacksonville? Cool down with Bold City Heating and Air. From repairs to energy-efficient installs, we do it all. Your system worked hard all summer long to keep you cool. Give it a spa day. Schedule a system tune-up. Call Bold City Heating and Air today and experience the bold difference.
Bold City AC, keeping you cool. Bold City AC.
Visit boldcityac.com.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
Grinding out good grades can be just as challenging as winning games. That's why 1010XL salutes the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, so here's a reminder to get screened. Ackerman Urology has 4 convenient locations to help you put your prostate health first. Guys, don't put this one off. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
Your local authorized Xerox dealer on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit it.
All right, sports concepts and rationalizations. E, what's the razzle dazzle today?
Oh man, we got a.
Hopefully, it's not a Jaguar hat.
No, it's not a Jaguar hat. We got a Super Pack giveaway, including certificates for up to 5 days free parking at USA Park, plus a pair of tickets to the Constellation Furyk and Friends that golf tournament that's going down Saturday and Sunday, October 5th and October 6th.
You mentioned golf. Congratulations to John Rahm. He wins the Live regular season. I'm sure it feels a lot like the Masters.
Clap it up.
Way to go, Johnny.
Hey,
won that thing in the forest last night somewhere, wherever they were.
What's more likely to happen?
Okay.
The Jags win one of the next 2, or the Jags lose one of the 3 after that, which is Indy and the 2 in London. What's more likely to happen? The Jags win one of the next 2, or lose one of the 3 after that?
Well, that's like such a poison pill because they lose all. Right.
Yeah. I'll tell you the answer. They lose one of those 3.
Well, and they're going.
The Jags win one of the next 2.
That's not likely.
Right.
That's not likely. So
right.
I don't know. They're both.
So it's much more likely that they will lose one of the 3 after that.
I don't know if it can be any less likely that I think they're winning the next 2. So that's what I'm saying. It's like a circle inside of a sphere is what's going on here for me. I mean, those are the same. They're terrible. And unless Doug Peterson, I don't know, dude. I feel like there's nothing. This isn't just going to fix itself. Somebody needs to be spending a night in the office and drawing up some daggone ball plays.
Yeah. It's bad. It's a bad situation. Around the NFL yesterday, some really good football and some good stuff. And, man, oh, man, who had the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Bucs being at the top of the NFC? Because that looks like 2 of the best teams in the NFC to me. I mean, the New Orleans Saints have scored. They're Jag Oppo. And I don't know who Clint Kubiak is, but we might want to look into bringing him over to call some ball plays because those boys have posted 42 weeks in a row. We've posted, in the last 6 quarters, we've posted 13. 13. The Saints have scored like on every drive they've had this year. So
it's again, I mean, I said this before, we've been grinding our gears over who the play caller is. That's not the problem, or the plays.
Yeah.
The playbook.
Yeah.
It's stale and mildewed and yellow, or have we put anything, have we run a reverse in 2 weeks? How about 2nd and 1 right off the gate? Let's play action, take a shot deep. Let's put our quarterback in situations where they don't know he's going to pass, where we know our guys won't be able to block him. We got to do something here, man.
What happened to training camp sensation Parker Washington, who you all told me to watch out for?
Well, what happened to the offense that we saw in Miami for the first half? It was humming along great.
13 points in the last 6 quarters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ended terrible, started terrible. Just
not good.
Again, and wasting a defense that's given up, 18, 19 points a game.
Yeah.
But yesterday was so much worse than Miami. Yesterday reminded me, Dan, of going and watching Gus Bradley's team or Mike Mularkey's or Doug Marone's. It just was just one of those where you just can't make any plays. Your offense does nothing. It's an ugly game. You somehow give yourself a chance to pull this slop out, but you don't. That's what it felt like. Where's the team that stormed behind and won the entire back half of the 22 season? Where is that football team? Where is Christian Kirk?
I don't know.
And again, I said this before. I'm not saying this embellished, Dan. I don't know if I said this to you, but I'm watching the Texans last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's offensive league, Dan. The Chiefs right. It's offensive league, isn't it? For the most part. I mean, a team will win with his defense occasionally, but for the most part, the offense is going to win in this league right now, right? I look at the Houston Texans, okay? The Houston Texans are better than us at all 11 positions on offense.
Oh, boy.
Quarterback, 3 receivers, running back, entire offensive line, maybe tight ends a wash, but our guys got to play. Maybe Ingram's better than Schultz. That's a problem.
Yeah,
that's a problem. And they're coached better, and they fly around on defense. They were fired up for their home opener, and you make a good point. Where does this football team get off waiting for the crowd to enthuse them rather than the other way around?
Just seemed that way. I was saying in the break, during training camp, they sort of carried themselves like we're really good. We're a playoff team, blah, blah. Now when the real bullets are flying, we look like anything but. We don't look like a playoff team. We don't look like a postseason team, and there are some unbelievable challenges facing this football team now because, once again, we've dug ourselves a hole. It's weird. It's like it's different. Like the Bengals are 0-2, and yet I still feel like they'll be fine.
The Ravens are 0-2.
You know why? Because they play good football game. We haven't played a good football game.
They were terrible.
We had a good half.
I will say this about the Bengals, and granted, the Dolphins aren't the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals have kind of been like us. They played a Browns game against the Patriots, right? Scored 6 points at home, lost to the Patriots. How's that happen? But they're better. They're better than us. Burrow's better than Trevor. Chase is better than anyone that's maybe played for us.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get what's going on there. I don't know.
Here's another thing,
where's the joy? Where's the enthusiasm? You're playing football, man. Come out there and get after it.
All right, we got more football talk with Tony. I just want to say this about how many times have you heard this? I'm surprised Napier isn't fired yet, or what time's Napier getting fired today?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is who's going to coach him, Dan?
The staff is so bad.
Yeah,
staff is so bad. I'm just going to say, my son told me one staggering statistic from the game on Saturday. A staggering statistic. And this, again, everything Billy Napier does is wrong. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, every football move he makes is wrong. Did you know former walk-on Taylor Spierto had more snaps in the game than Aiden Mizell or just name the receivers? Taylor Spierto. I mean, what are we doing, man? And so he plays the wrong guys. I watched Saturday. I've watched this guy, number 12, play, who was a transfer from Tulane, and both weeks he's made horrific plays. And then I see him finally put the kid from Oregon in, who was a starter for the Ducks last year. And he's got speed, and
that's a terrible call, by the way.
Kicked
and I know
out
they got blown out. But.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But he gets kicked out of the game. But he was making plays out there, and I'm like, why hasn't this kid been playing? And it's just like they can't evaluate talent. Is my point? They don't know who to play. They don't know where to play. They just continue to He just is not a good coach, and it's obvious to the average fan, to the below average fan, to the higher than average fan, to the media, to other coaches. He's just not the guy. He's not. He's in over his head. He couldn't save himself by hiring good coaches. The coaches that he's hired. Texas A&M's defensive coordinator was at Florida last year. He wanted to be the defensive coordinator. We chose to hire Coach Chubby, the 29-year-old wonder kid, was so bad last year.
I think it's Armstrong. I don't think it's Chubby.
Okay. He got bounced upstairs, and they brought in this old guy from Auburn who's also terrible.
Yeah, and the old guy's been around everywhere, but yeah, and I think that the old guy
This ain't brother Bill Oliver who they brought in, okay?
Yeah, it's bad. And FSU is maybe worse. They're terrible.
Oh.
And I don't know about this I don't mean to pile on Noel fans. I said this again, but I've been so harsh and unfair to Beth Mowins. It's time for me to reveal the male Beth Mowins in my world. It's gotten to the point when Mike Norvell speaks in that tone of voice and his voice itself, it pinches my spine.
Oh, dear.
I got to clog my ears. So, Noel fans, I can't play, and it's worse when they lose.
Oh, no.
Like, I can tolerate it when they win, but that voice,
I just don't know if he's going to tick off the booster who gave DJU the $1.5 million but the booster must be like, play somebody else too. I mean, I don't understand how you can't try somebody else, or if those other kids aren't ready, or if Brock Glenn is still no better. And it wasn't all DJ's fault, but he's just slow and just not, he's average at best. And they have no playmakers. I haven't seen a running back at FSU break a run yet. I haven't seen a receiver make a wow play yet. I mean, it's terrible. They have no good football players on that team. They're getting beat up by Memphis.
And they got beat, like from start to finish.
Yeah.
Memphis is better than Florida State.
And now they got Cal and SMU coming up, and Cal beat Auburn. Yeah. I don't know, so we'll see. But yeah, it's mind-boggling what's happened here in North Florida. I thought we were good football players around these parts. All right, let's do this. 641-1010. Tell them what they're going to win. We'll get Baselli up next. Maybe he can make some sense of all this madness. We got Freddie T later in the show as well. What are they taking home with them?
A Super PAC giveaway that's including
Super PAC.
A certificate for up to 5 days free parking
Super PAC.
from USA Park, plus a pair of tickets to the Constellation Furyk and Friends golf tournament that's happening Saturday
Super
and Sunday,
PAC.
October 5th and October 6th. All you got to do is hit me up, 904-641-1010.
Super PAC.
We cook up a big pregame breakfast early on game day so you get a healthy helping of football and fun.
Breakfast of Champions.
On the Terminix Kickoff Show.
Presented by
Clearwater Irrigation and Gatorade. 5 hours before kickoff on 1010XL.
Prosser here. Hey, pick a news source. But the reports are home prices are expected to decline in 2025, even after the election. So you need to maximize your home sales price now before this downturn, and you can do it with the agents proven to sell for top dollar, Chad and Sandy Newman. Hey, perhaps you're worried about selling for less money with a lowball out-of-state instant offer, or maybe you want maximum equity from your home, but you're not sure how. That's why you turn to Chad and Sandy, who have the answers. No required costly repairs. Chad and Sandy are the local real estate experts I trust and recommend for the sale of your home. Tony and Maggie at Jack's Golf and Country Club said, we recently had a job transfer and we needed to sell fast. With homes in our area struggling to sell inside 100 days, we didn't know what to do. Our worries were solved when we hired Chad and Sandy. Our home sold in 3 days for one of the highest prices ever in our neighborhood at over $1 million. Call the local experts we trust, 904-414-6200 or ChadAndDSandy.com.
Hey, Hicken here for America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 5 million active members. Gang, it's Prize Picks. All you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 players, stat projections, and watch the winnings roll in. And right now, throughout September, one Caleb Williams passing yard gets you 1 win on Prize Picks. Yeah, and when my picks hit, which they usually do, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes because Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Make Sunday fun day like I do by playing Prize Picks. Last Thursday, shout out to the Buffalo Bills fellas for picking Danny Boy up some winnings. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code JAX, that's JAX. Get $50 instantly when you play 5. That's code JAX on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, man. Run your game.
Mike Frangie here. It's time for Bravo Days, Jacksonville's only Car Bravo certified sales event at Nimnik Buick GMC. Now, for a limited time, enjoy rates as low as 1.9% APR or $500 in down payment assistance on Car Bravo certified vehicles at Nimnik. Now is the time to shop certified used vehicles and buy with confidence at Nimnik Buick GMC. Shop online at nimnikbuickgmc.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet. It's the sports book for every kind of player. Straightforward, simple enough for the first-time bettor, but built with all the features experienced players expect. Plus, try it now. If your first bet doesn't hit, you'll get a bonus bet back up to $100. Easy deposits and fast withdrawals. PayPal, Venmo, and more. All you have to do to get started is download the Hard Rock Bet app. Go online, hardrock.bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Join Jim Furyk and other legends of the PGA Tour for the 4th annual Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K, October 4th through 6th at Timuquana Country Club. Get your tickets now, starting at just $25 for grounds passes. And if you're a country music fan, grab your tickets to see Brothers Osborne at Daly's Place Tuesday, October 1st for the Furyk Foundation concert sponsored by Ring Power. Learn everything you need to know at ConstellationFurykandFriends.com.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping first-time home buyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time home buyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time home buyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time home buyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time home buyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time home buyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. Yes, 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at TrustlineMortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
He'll help you find the fish.
Bite's gonna pick up pretty soon.
Captain Kevin and the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Veterans Wholesale Cabinets.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and your time at home should be stress-free. The last thing you want to worry about is a clogged drain or your hot water not working. So do what I did and call my friends at Fenwick Home Services. They can replace or repair your home's plumbing systems and fixtures fast. Fenwick offers 24/7 same-day service and can fix any plumbing problem you have. With free same-day estimates and guaranteed repairs, the pros at Fenwick Home Services get the job done right the first time. You can also save on future emergencies with $50 off any repair. Online at FenwickHomeservices.com.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
Integrity, persistence, and standing up for victims. It's what you want in a personal injury case and what my friend and lawyer Glenn Cohen brings to every case for over 40 years. Call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen, and Sullivan.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jag QB Trevor Lawrence took the blame for the late game safety.
Yeah, I mean, obviously just play where don't have a ton of time. I got to get rid of it. You're in the end zone and held on to it for a tick too long, trying to wait on it to develop downfield.
The Jag QB agreed that the offense needs to get Evan Ingram and Christian Kirk more involved.
You know, I got to give him the ball, but we got to get him the ball. We got to make that an emphasis. He's one of our best players. You know, we got to keep him involved.
Head Head coach Doug Peterson says teams should come motivated to play.
You know, we have an opportunity to play a football game. We're blessed to coach and play, and you should be excited about stepping on the field and giving everything you have. And it's something I got to try to figure out.
That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. It's Hall of Fame Monday with Tony Baselli. Brought to you by Heritage Roofing of North Florida. Hall of Fame Quality Roofing Solutions.
Yeah.
I think he was so depressed yesterday, Dan, he flew to Canton and he slept underneath his exhibit there.
Under the bus?
In the hall, right
the
under
room?
the bus, yeah.
Is that true, Tony?
Little couch fort.
Like 90% of it was true.
Yeah, the depression part.
I am depressed, and I did fly to Canton.
I don't know where to start. I mean, it's just well, I guess we'll start with the offense, and we'll start up front because that's your area of expertise. They're not playing well. Huh?
They're not. Can we start somewhere else, though, before
Yeah.
One quick comment, and then let's go to the offense.
Yes, sure.
Can I ask you a question?
Your segment, bro. Run with it.
Well, I do think I was just listening to Doug just now and listened last night and the feeling watching the game. Where was the juice? It's the home opener.
Amen. Flat. They were flat. They're waiting for the fans to explode. They got to give it. Like I said this, Prosser said this in the beginning of the game, and he was right. The Browns were running around, jumping up and down, pointing, and at the beginning of the game, he goes, boy, they sure celebrate after every play. Good. We need that.
Yeah, like it's the Super Bowl, I said. Look at the Browns. They celebrate like it's the Super Bowl every time they make a play.
Yeah.
I was shocked that I just didn't feel like where was the juice? Where was – and then when it goes sideways on you like that, and it did, it wasn't going well, like somebody's just got to make a play. Like somebody's got to bring some juice out there and get it going. I mean, really, I was thinking about it until late third, I guess it was, early fourth, I can't remember exactly, when
late third.
The rookie.
Yeah, we made one play in 60 minutes, Tony.
Late third,
That 66-yard catch from Brian Thomas Jr. I listen, they had a coverage sack or two. It was really the only play they made in 60 minutes.
Bro, there was our first 22 offensive plays netted 74 yards.
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point, Trevor had 50 yards passing.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And I sat back and I was just like, wow.
Tony, as best you can.
It was bad,
As best you can. Why is best you can? And if it's the quarterback, it's the quarterback. If it's the coach, it's the coach. If it's the play, it's the play. It's the line, it's the line. If it's the GM, it's the GM. Why is Trevor not any better than he was in the middle of the 2022 season? What is, I read something today from SI that, Peterson, it's, getting better or get out kind of deal you're going to reach at some point. It's how the league works. Why is the development not on more of a faster growth chart, Tone?
Well, I don't think it's fair to say he's no better than he was in 22.
Okay.
I don't think that's accurate.
Okay.
And I think, listen, in this league, everything's focused on the quarterback, and if it's going well, the quarterback is going to get all the credit. If it's going poorly, the quarterback's going to get most of the blame. It's just the way it goes. But I think it's bigger than that. At the end of the day, and I feel like a broken record, we talked about this before I took the offseason off. At the end of last year, is if you can't control the line of scrimmage, it's really difficult to win in this league. I mean, it's just hard. It's hard to do it. It starts there. And, I mean, if you look at that first half, we couldn't stay on the field. And Cleveland just was controlling the clock. It wasn't like they were doing anything special.
No.
But they controlled the clock. They controlled the tempo. They made plays when they had to. We got a couple breaks even. The drop by Amari Cooper. I mean, but they were in complete control. And if you watching the tape last night on the way to Canton, we definitely didn't win the physical matchup.
Oh, not even close. Manhandled. They got manhandled up front, Tone.
And I just think it's really hard to win consistently in this league if you can't control the line of scrimmage. And that was, we talked about it coming in. It was the bet they made that they felt like if they replaced the center, they were good enough. They talked about it all off season.
Right.
And 2 weeks in,
they're not.
We're 0-2, and I don't think the performance has been what it needs to be. And that needs to get better.
Specifically, Tone, like go to the safety. A guy splits a double team, goes right through two guys, our center and guard. I saw Anton Harrison get. I don't know if ETN kicked his back foot.
Yeah, he got tripped. That's not. I mean,
bad look.
But that one doesn't bother me. I mean, if you play tackle, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been tripped before. And you want to kill the back because everyone's looking at you going, "What in the hell has happened?" To him?
It seemed like.
Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of other plays to be critical of.
Okay.
I mean, we don't need to pick the one where the poor guy got tripped.
It seemed like.
And if you go, but let's go back to the safety.
Yeah.
Everyone focuses on the double team getting split, and that's Ezra Cleveland and Mitch Morris.
Yes.
Ezra gets swam right away. Mitch actually does a pretty good job, and it's covering him up and trying to move his feet and push him to the left. But Cam gave a short corner to Myles Garrett. So Trevor's having to step up.
Yeah.
Because of the traffic, and he steps up right into where Mitch Morris is trying to block the guy. And so it's never. It's the whole the whole outfit. It's not one guy.
Okay, let me tell you from my untrained eye. It seemed like Trevor would get back. It almost seemed like it was a race to get back to the point where he's going to throw. In other words, I'm throwing from this spot with my 5-step drop or whatever, 3-step drop. And by the time he got back there, it sometimes seemed like they were running unblocked because they got back there so fast. The one where he had to kind of shift out to the left and threw a low ball to ETN, who made a great catch and got up the middle for like 6, 7, 8, 9 yards. But he was, I mean, they were on top of him so fast. Listen, you know me, I criticize Trevor, but yesterday, man, it was brutal in terms of the pass blocking. Myles Garrett ran around Cam one time to cause that fumble so fast. He had no chance, man.
Yeah, it was a muddy. Being kind. It was a muddy pocket.
Yes.
Being kind. It was.
The one time he had a pocket, he hit a 66-yard pass to Brian Thomas. And then I go back to the play calling. Why aren't we throwing, and E had a good point. Malik Neighbors gets targeted 18 times. Target this kid 10, 12, 15 times, bro. He's good.
So far, I mean, 2 games, it's hard to argue. He's very good.
Yeah.
But guys, I agree. Like targets, you can talk about that. I come back to. I think we're a team that we have to be able to run the ball.
Yeah. Well,
you got to control it because, by the way, big plays come off the play action pass as well. That's where the big plays come. The deep shots.
Yeah.
I mean, very rarely are you just dropping back 5, 7 steps. No one's dropping 7 steps. Forget that.
Yeah.
But no one's just dropping back 5 and just letting it. Not very often at least, just letting it fly. It's usually off the play action pass. And I still think it comes back to we need to run. You need to control line of scrimmage. You need to run the ball more effectively. And, Trevor needs better. Trevor needs better time. And, sure, I'd love to see BJT get more targets, but go across the board. How many targets did Kirk have? I mean, they don't – again, we were on pace to very few plays that picked up a little bit in the fourth quarter because it was just like a back and forth 3 and out.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we had very few plays again.
Yeah.
And you got to have more opportunities. You got to stay on the field. You got to control the clock. And defensively, that's not good enough against that Browns. They only gave up 20 points.
I know.
Or 18 points, excuse me.
Yeah.
But I go back to that first half. They couldn't get off the field. They were on the field all day.
And I'm thinking about this. We almost make fun of, not make fun, but we roll our eyes a little bit when Jack Del Rio used the term affect the pocket, right? It's not all about the sacks.
That's right.
Yesterday's a great example. We can't get to the court. Trevor is never even, and maybe some of it's the athleticism, but Watson would get a little pressure, he would escape, and then they would stonewall those guys. He could sit there for a couple of seconds and find himself. It's like once Trevor gets flushed and once they're after him, there's nothing between the defender and him. He's like running for his life. Not that you can't make plays. C.J. Stroud made an unbelievable throw last night under as much pressure as Trevor's seen his entire Jaguars career. It can be done. It just makes it a lot harder. Our guys aren't getting to the quarterback, Tone. And And especially a guy like Watson. And by the way, the league's full of them now, right? These guys that can extend plays and move around. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, the pressure was, I agree. I'm not saying it wasn't great by any means.
Yeah.
But
it's like affecting the play, though. Like, they don't make him get rid of it quick. They don't make him off his spot. Like, even when they do sometimes when they get pressure, if the guy escapes, he's got, like, too much time to calm himself. Like, it doesn't.
Well, I think the way I look at it, I mean, if you go back and look at Week 1 against the Cowboys, Deshaun Watson gets hit early, and he actually had decent time later in that game, at times in that game, but he was so shocked, and he's looking at the rush, and he was actually running into sacks in that Cowboys game.
Right.
And so I thought us hitting him early would have really helped, and we just didn't get it done. I mean, getting after him early, hitting him, and bringing those eyes down for him to watch the rush again, I think would have been obviously much more effective.
Might I add, they were missing their starting offensive tackles. Let's not forget that, Tone.
They were.
I mean, so that's where, somebody's got, our superstar defensive players, our two edge guys, got to dominate that game. It's time for them to dominate.
In fairness, I mean, Josh had 4 hits on the quarterback and a sack.
Yeah.
I mean, would I like even more? Absolutely.
Well, I wanted 4.5 like Hutch had yesterday.
I get it. Yeah, 4.5 and lost.
Yeah, that's true. So did we.
How about this? I'd like just to get a win.
That would be nice.
But at the end of the day, and I guess I think this is what I listened to part of Doug's press conference. I think he was alluding to. At some point, players got to make plays.
Right.
I mean, this is a players' league.
Yes.
But I'm just telling you, watching, there were plays to be had out there. Yeah, and sometimes it was Trevor missed them. Sometimes we didn't protect. Like, there's plays to be had. And sure, could they call the game better? Yeah, but you can go back on every NFL game and say, boy, if we'd have called this or done this or whatever.
Yeah, but Tone, the communication, Tone. Come on.
Unacceptable. That's fair.
Yeah.
What is unacceptable is having to burn 2 timeouts on an offensive drive in the tight red zone.
In the red zone, man.
It was like we weren't, it's like, I don't know what it is.
Third year, Tone.
I don't know if it's Trevor getting the call in late. I don't know if the guys are slow out of the huddle. I don't know what it is.
Seems like it's a combination according to Trevor, but yeah.
It is unacceptable to burn 2 timeouts there because that hurts you later in that half because you can't stop the clock to get another possession.
Right.
Which you could have stole another possession before the half if you had those timeouts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just bad football. That's like, you can't do that. But, right now you're 0-2. You go to Buffalo next week.
Oh boy.
On Monday night. You got to find a way to win. And this is where you find out kind of what you got.
Yeah.
Overall, because as a team, and this comes to the players, and you got to rally. You got to look at each other. Everyone in that locker room say, nobody thinks we can get this done this week.
Right.
Everyone is burying us.
Yes.
Everyone's writing us off. Let's go. At some point, you got to own it.
Yeah.
And it's a players' league. It's a players' game, and the coaches are going to call plays. And I think, just how about go execute the play? Go do your job, and go find a way to go get a win. Because nothing's going to get better until you do that.
All right,
it's just going to get louder and more noise and more. And then at some point, what you worry about is does it fall apart?
Just before we go, just real quick on the coaching part, because I get it. It is a players' league, and the players got to play, and they deserve a lot of the criticism. 2 questions. Is there any chance at all that these Doug Peterson's offense has gotten stale? Do the coaches got to look and say, okay, look, let's try some of this. They got us figured out. I don't know what it is. And then the other specific question is on the safety. You can't trust your offensive line. Don't you got to throw a slant coming out of there just to get the ball out of there first? I know it's 2 minutes, but it seemed like it was a slow developing play as well. So just those 2.
I don't know if it was slow developing.
Two Mississippi. Yeah.
It didn't have a chance to develop. I don't. I mean, it's hard for me to put that on the.
Well, how about one step and throw it on a slant and get it out to the 6 or 7, and then let's go.
I mean, okay. But there's guys playing coverage.
Yeah,
I know. Throwing those inside routes.
All right, what about the offensive play?
Backers can drop into coverage.
All right, what about the offensive play calling? Is there any chance that they've that the league has got, do they need to change things up?
I'm not a big believer in scrapping everything after 2 weeks.
I'm not saying scrapping everything.
No.
I'm just
But what do you? But changing up what? What are you going to call? More gap plays instead of stretch plays. What are you going to do? Tell me what it is. Everyone's
help
running
me.
the same
I don't
stuff.
know. I'm trying to.
Everyone's running the same stuff.
I've watched 6 quarters of crap on offense, Tone. I'm trying to think here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe drop back and just throw it to BJT every time. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to be a broken record
Yeah.
until it changes. If you don't win in the trenches, it's hard to win in this league.
And we can't run. The stats are okay, but we can't run when we need to. That's the problem, I think.
Well, I mean, okay, I've been look at the stats. It's fine.
Yeah.
Turn on the tape and tell me who won the lines. Who won the physical battle? Who won the physical battle yesterday?
They did. 100%.
That's usually who wins the game.
Yeah. All right, my man. We got to run. Appreciate you. Great stuff as always. Enjoy Canton.
Thank you, Tone.
See you guys.
All right, there he goes. Don Anthony Baselli Jr.
You see somebody Canton walking around in a big gold blazer, that'd be Tony.
That'd be Tony. All right, we got to go. We'll come back. Got more coming up. It's the 8 o'clock hour next.
If offense and defense don't win the game, sometimes it's up to the special team.
And here comes the field goal team. They've got to hurry.
After the game, catch the Crown Royal Special Teams Player of the Game. Live generously and life will treat you royally on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. Are you tired of having your carpets professionally cleaned only to have them look dingy again? Zero Res will help. I'll tell you what. They have that technology for sure. Zero Res uses patented ZR water that cleans beautifully without using any soaps, detergents, or shampoos. Zero residue left behind. And guess what? Right now, Zero Res falling back in time. September, you get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $129. They'll clean a 4th room for free. That's right, the 4th room is on me, baby. Zero Res. You spell it forward. Zero Res. You spell it back. It's the right way to clean.
Who has the best lineup this season? Honda. Cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, hybrids, and electric. This is one of the greatest lineups Honda has ever had. And now is the best time to purchase or lease one. Visit your local Honda dealer now. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda.
You already know. It's your boy E to the T, and winning season is back. Football is back, and my bookie is here, baby, to make sure you're ready to cash in on all the action. This season, my bookie is pulling out all the stops with incredible promotions like weekly risk-free boost on Thursdays, where you can bet without a sweat. If your bet hits, you win big. If it doesn't, forget about it. My bookie will refund you your wages, but that's just the beginning. My bookie is giving away hundreds of thousands in prizes with their Super Survivor and their Square contest. Get your entries in now for your shot to win huge cash rewards. For a limited time, they're bringing back the double deposit bonus. When you're ready to get started, use my promo code 1010XL to claim your bonus that doubles your money. Double your cash, my boy, with that promo code 1010XL before you place every bet. And now loyalty pays off. With my bookie, the more you play, the more you win. It's simple. My bookie is the lock of the century. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, and make this season your winning season. Come on, somebody.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Don't be sidelined from an injury that keeps you out of the game. Get the care the pros receive. Now available at Injury Care Centers, newly FDA regenerative treatments that will significantly shorten your recovery time. Sprains, strains, fractures, post-op surgeries, cut your recovery time in half or shorter. Masking pain just makes it worse. Fix it now. Call 904-783-0008. That's 904-783-0008. Injury care starts at Injury Care Centers.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews speak for themselves, and I challenge any firm to compare results. We offer the resources of a large law firm and the customer service of a boutique practice. If you want to be treated right and want great results, Call Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY. Offices, Jacksonville.
Spend lunchtime with the ladies.
A meal and sparkling conversation.
Helmets and heels.
Mia O'Brien, Lauren Brooks, and Taylor Dahl.
Just behave, okay?
Switched on by First Coast Lighting and Fans on 1010XL.
After a storm passes, the assessment of the aftermath begins. Sometimes damage to the roof is obvious, like leaks or missing shingles, broken or damaged gutters, or tree debris. But storm damage is not always as clearly present. Universal Roofing Contracting is here to help and will come assess your roof for any hidden damage. Call Universal Roof to schedule your free roof inspection at 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Hey, Hicken from Bow 9 Associates. You'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden, currently called upon for his expert opinion. He's currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder, of course, of Bow 9. Visit Bow 9 Associates today and experience the difference. They're keeping the First Coast focused. That's Bow 9 and Associates.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Are you ready to upgrade your home? Experience the winning combination of style and performance with Renewal by Andersen energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and doors. Plus, zero down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. This offer expires September 30th and restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by JEA. Florida's loss to Texas A&M exposed the weakness of the Gators' offensive line for head coach Billy Napier.
We haven't played well enough up front on offense. Ultimately, we got to do something to fix it. We have struggled to rush the ball, and we have struggled to protect the quarterback.
For FSU head coach Mike Norvell, there were some positives for the Noles defense.
I thought the defense had good moments. Still, too many times we're not getting off the field in third down situations. We're a much better team than what we're showing.
The Edward Waters University football team battled against an Alcorn State Braves squad that was hungry for their first victory of the season. They got it by defeating the Tigers on Saturday evening. The Tigers will have a quick turnaround this week as they go up against Benedict on Thursday. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I think the worst part of that offense, Dan, that annoys me is all these little, just these little flares, man. Horizontal. It's everything's short and it's just gross. We drafted a guy who's got all kinds of downfield speed. I feel like we've thrown 2 or 3 balls through 2 games. The Giants targeted Malik Neighbors 18 times yesterday. 18. I'm sorry. Who do we have that's stealing attention from our number 1 pick? Throw him the ball.
Yeah. It's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't, they got to figure it out because it's they changed their schedule this week because of Monday Night Football. They don't play till Monday night next week. They'll go to 2-0 Buffalo. They'll open up 6-7 point underdogs. And again, we've had success against Buffalo, so maybe we can do something there. But boy, what I've seen so far, man, unacceptable.
That's putting it mildly.
Just no good.
Let's look elsewhere around the league a little bit. You want to Sam Darnold? Where did this come from?
No ghosts.
Maybe maybe just maybe when you play for the New York Jets when they're at their worst, and you play for the Carolina Panthers when they're at their worst, you have no chance. But when you go to the Vikings, who have an offensive line, who have a Justin Jefferson, am I connecting too many dots here? The difference in these quarterback plays is so dependent on the situation they're in and the talent they have around them, because Darnold looks like a different guy, Dan.
Yeah, he's had a good
2 weeks in a row.
It's early, but he's played very well.
And they're 2-0.
Maybe their coach is good.
Just there's a lot of things there, but I was just thinking from these terms. The Jets in Carolina literally like the worst teams and offenses and lines in the league. Right? We've seen Jets quarterbacks sacked 9 times in games the last couple of years. The Panthers had 84 yards passing. So, like Baker Mayfield's another one, failed in Carolina. He wasn't any good. I just, sometimes got to have a fighting chance. And I'm amazed that I thought when
it's kind of a neat thing right now that the 3 of the best quarterbacks through 2 weeks are Derek Carr, much maligned.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, much maligned. And Sam Darnold, much maligned. And then Kyler Murray's balling out in Arizona.
Yeah, listen, Minshew had a great game yesterday. Classic Minshew. Just kind of mud and dirt dobs his way to an upset win on the road over the Raiders.
A dog got in his face and made him pick it up, though. Crosby, hey, man, we got your back.
Yeah.
We need you to go and do your thing.
Yeah, he did.
know?
The Saints are the story of the league, though.
Yeah.
They're the story of the league. I mean,
90-some points.
Yeah, 40.
We scored
over 40 both days.
We scored 13 in the last 6 quarters.
Yeah, and yeah, that's right. And the Saints, they got talent. All these teams draft better. They all build better than us, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they do.
NFC South, New Orleans and Tampa.
They both look good.
Told me that's no good.
I got a little Daly's double take for you.
Yeah.
Stop by the Dash. You'll get this double take for free. All those biscuits piled high. This 4th year in a row, the Bucs have started 2-0. Is that surprising?
Yes.
You know what they did the last 3 years?
Made the playoffs.
Won the division.
They
won the South 3 years in a row.
Did not know that.
That's a division that gets passed around through the years. But
good team. Seattle Seahawks in first place in the NFC West.
Yeah, they're 2-0, and they scraped by for both of them.
I don't care. I'd much rather scrape by and be 2-0 right now and be tied with Houston than be one of 3 0-2 teams in the sorry-ass AFC South.
Man, this division.
Colts can't beat freaking Malik Willis. Titans lose at home. Jags are horrible. And Houston's got by Chicago.
Who had the worst loss yesterday? We did.
Mm-hmm.
We're at home against a terrible Browns team. That Browns team's
They're not
good.
terrible, and that's not true. That's not true. They went to the playoffs last year.
That offense is... Yeah.
They're missing both of their offensive tackles.
Right, but they're not
missing
there.
their tight end.
I'm talking about who we played yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about who they are at their best. I could,
They had like 7 guys go on IR
Yeah,
this
they're
week.
terrible. That team yesterday was, we won't face a worse team here.
You know what, though?
But the defense is good enough to keep them in games. To your point, that part is still elite. Myles Garrett's the best at his position. But in fairness, too, the offense didn't score, but it felt like they had the ball too much, didn't it, Dan?
Yes. They chewed up the whole first quarter.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? I haven't looked at the actual time of possession, but they weren't productive. It's kind of the same thing with Miami. They ran a lot. So, look, while we're giving this defense, a parade for holding them down with points, they're giving up yards and time of possession that's not allowing the offense to score also.
Well, there's some definite truth to that. I mean, if you they had the ball for 34 minutes and 23 seconds. We had it for 25.
How many plays?
37.
What was play to play?
They had here's why. If I had told you that the Browns would have 13 penalties for 100 yards.
Yeah, and still
that the Browns on third down were 2 of 14.
Yeah, they had some fourth downers.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
But 2 of 14.
So that really makes you 5 from 14, but anyway.
Yeah. You 65 to 55 total plays. We only get 50 plays a game. We got to play up tempo maybe. Burning Brian.
I feel like, and before we take Brian's call, I feel like this is where how much confidence I've lost in our team and in our coach. I've lost a lot of confidence in Doug Peterson. It's been slowly eroding, he'll hear all this, blah blah blah, and you watch if we don't run a double reverse flea flicker pass within the first 3 plays on Sunday.
Yeah.
So some ridiculous Xbox answer to all this non-creative question. You watch. We're going to run some goofy-ass play in the first possession next Monday night in
As long
Buffalo.
as the ball end up in Seven's
That's
hands,
fine.
go ahead.
100%. All right, to the phone lines we go, and then we're going to take a quick timeout. Yeah, all right, but Bernie Bryan's up. He's got his lighter out, his fluid.
He may have already burned. I don't know. We'll see.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, my man?
The one play I like was let's run a jump pass and run our shortest receiver out there, which is Christian Kirk. You know, I mean that made a lot of sense going deep down the field for a jump ball with him. Man, this is just what an awful start. You know, I didn't drink a lot of Kool-Aid in the preseason. I mean, I've been a Jaguars fan too long. I know better than that.
You know.
But I mean, this is way worse than what I expected. I mean, I don't even know where to begin, man. I mean, the Miami game, I was like, teams that are good teams can fumble the ball. Good teams can let big plays happen. But what good teams don't have happen is that whole sack, punt thing.
Yeah.
And it showed up again in this game. I mean, the offensive line, and you guys already said it, this is not going to just fix itself.
No.
I got to go to work down there. I need a coach sleeping in the offices overnight. I need to go all cliche. Get this thing right, man.
Yeah.
Like it's important to you, as important to you as it is to us.
I don't know what the offensive lineman can do to get better.
I don't know. Lift some weights this week.
Bring in more guys and just start rotate people in. I tell you what, it can't be much worse than what it is. And the sad thing too is, Trevor
here's what's helping.
Brian, let me ask you one quick question because you were down there. I felt like it was flat at the beginning of the game by the players. Did you sense that? It's the home opener, man. The Browns were the ones jumping up and down and all around. Did you sense that at all in the stands?
It was. I mean, and then and then when they weren't making any plays, I mean, the whole stadium. I mean, they got booed off for halftime. I mean,
deservedly so. Yeah.
I mean, it was bad. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, they got booed off, and then they just didn't do anything, and it was one of the worst home openers I could ever remember. And during the game yesterday, I was like, man, through the third quarter, I was like, it's hard to say. This is one of the worst Jaguar games I've been to. I mean, Trevor was 5 for 11 for, 10 yards or something?
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Time of possession was double. Like in the third quarter, it was double Brown. Everything was just double what we had done, and it was horrendous. And then that one big play for Brian Thomas happened. I mean, then after that, everything got a little better. But I mean, it's still, man. And the unexcusable thing there again was Doug Peterson back in the Miami game going for it in our own end zone, but in our own territory. But then yesterday, that whole fiasco on the goal line.
Ugh.
That can't happen. I mean, you can't go.
It feels like we didn't go to training camp, boys. And it does. It's just guys lining up wrong. We lost the touchdown because
Thank you, Brian.
We lost the touchdown because the running back doesn't know what side of the field he's supposed to be on. I mean, it's week 2. We can't. It helps you be successful, Dan, when they call the play in if you know what it is. Right?
Yeah.
If I called you today and gave you some important instructions in German, you'd be screwed. I mean, you got to know what the. How do you not know what to play? Why is ETN not in the game? Why is the backup running back in to run that? Does ETN not know the playbook better than him to begin with? You would think he's in the game all the time. By the way, it's Peterson is losing him fast. I feel him jumping off the Peterson ship as the show gets going this morning, and that's fair. I mean, that's fair. You can only pass the buck so long in this industry. At some point, you got to do yours. And Doug is just way too stubborn when it comes to. It seems that way, and here's why. Dan, you want to tell me what personnel changes, the New Orleans Saints made this offseason?
What'd they do?
Yeah. None. Watch the Saints play yesterday. It's Shaheed. It's Olave. It's Carr. It's Kamara. It's Jamal Williams. It's the same offensive line. It's the same team. It's the same Juwan Johnson. It's the same tight end. They're the exact same team. You know what they changed?
Offensive coordinator.
They changed offensive coordinators. We're scoring 45 points a game and 400. We're being pitifully out-schemed and executed. We're playing checkers. They're playing chess.
Yeah.
And we're giving our guy a free pass as an offensive guru, and he's scoring 17 a game. It's on you at this point. And I get it's on everyone. It's on Balky for the talent. It's on the it's on you. Go out there and win a damn game like it matters, like it's important to win a game. Like, you better come up with your best stuff to put your team in the best position to win. Not throw it out there and just see what happens.
And maybe not Trevor Bank again.
Yeah, I see what they're doing. I don't think it was meant to be some sort of great statement, but when you lose, it just looks even sillier.
We heard about it, and, it just adds a little fuel to the fire, said Myles Garrett. If that's going to be the main guy, we got to take him out of the game.
And they did.
And they did.
All
right, we'll take a break. We'll keep it going. We got Freddie T this hour. Much more ahead here on The Drill.
The weekly pick'em contest. Make the best picks and win a pizza party from Salvatore's Pizza at Tapestry Park. Pick the worst. You'll still win some pizza, just not enough for a party. Brought to you by MyBookie. Make your picks at 1010XL.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey folks, this is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zero Res. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zero Res, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zero Res and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Hey, Hicken here for Lockhart Construction. They're a longtime Jacksonville business. Shane Lockhart's dad started the company, still with the company. Shane and his guys are from here, taking care of people who live here, people like the Hickens. Man, we needed, we used Lockhart Construction numerous times. They've done a couple of bathrooms for us, some other stuff. They did my son's siding on his house. It made it look brand new. I mean, they are terrific. Why? I'll tell you why. They're fast, they're friendly, they're affordable, they're clean. You're letting them in your house for a couple weeks if they're doing a big project. And, you want to be able to trust them that they're going to take care of business and do it in a fast and friendly way. And they do. I say you unlock better living with Lockhart Construction. If you have any construction need, remodel idea, give Shane a call. He'll call you back. 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction. 994-3865.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Mad Men Marketing, Jacksonville's original digital ad agency, is now able to get your ads placed on Amazon Prime Video. Their digital experts are some of the few digital marketers approved to insert on Amazon Prime Video. Call their digital consultants at 355-1766 to learn how you can use Amazon Prime Video to grow your business and increase sales. Mad Men Marketing. Interact. Don't interrupt.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. So here's a reminder to get screened. Ackerman Cancer Center offers on-site imaging, including total body MRI. Early detection is the key. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Ride the hurricane wave as the storm brews in South Beach.
Keeping you closer to the U with news and notes from the orange and green on the Hurricane Report on 1010XL.
Brought to you by Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it worse. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
Hey, Hicken here. Are you tired of having your carpets professionally cleaned only to have them looking dingy again? Zero Res can help. I'll tell you what, they have the technology. Zero Res uses its patented ZR water that cleans beautifully without using any soaps, detergents, or shampoos. That means zero residue left behind. And guess what? Zero Res falling back in time for September. 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129, and we'll clean a 4th room for free. That's right. The 4th room is on me. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backwards. It's a right way to clean.
Facing a DUI charge or even a boating under the influence charge? Well, I'm your man, DUI lawyer Malcolm Anthony at 285-4-LAW. 285-4-LAW. Once again, 285-4-LAW.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match, or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Questions, I think they're valid. They're pouring in on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. There was a couple times yesterday where you wonder, maybe for a spark, to get something going, momentum, to use that challenge flag. Like there was one, the Jags had a catch on the side. Was it Brian Thomas Jr.? I can't remember who it was.
Oh, Brenton Strange had one, and Gabe Davis had. And Brenton Strange was adamant that he caught.
Yeah, I mean, just give it a look. So what?
Yeah.
Now, at the end, they needed those timeouts, but they didn't really because they didn't win the game. Right. I started talking about, I thought about this. So there's that. That question's coming in a lot. Should I use that? And also this, and this is fair. Why is every routine play calls feel like we're in a fire drill? Like it's always late. He's always, clapping a hand. He's always looking at his ears. It's not quick enough, man. Let's go. Let's go, right? So there's a couple questions that are lingering on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures this morning. Jags are off to a terrible 0-2 start. It couldn't be more disappointing. And now this reality. Right now, they're not a good football team. There's no reason to say they are. They have some pieces, and they've proven the last couple of years that when they play right, they're capable. They can beat just about anybody, but I got no confidence. I think they'll lose the next 2.
All right, speaking of not good football teams, they're not a good football team in Gainesville. The Swamp was sold out again. The place was electric for 2 plays, and then it was 3rd and 28, and the quarterback ran for 40, and you knew what was about to happen. The starter didn't play as we had suggested. They played the backup kid who was a running quarterback as we suggested. I did not have a good feeling about that game. I in fact, went to Twitter and said, all right, I'm ready to watch Gators, but I'm not confident whatsoever because this is the softest Florida football team I've ever seen. This is, and I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of Florida football teams and a lot of Florida football. They have gotten worse, progressively worse on the defensive side of the ball. They gave up 310 rushing yards to Texas A&M, who was manhandled by Notre Dame. 310 rushing yards at home. I mean, the coach... Here's how you sum up University of Florida football. You have middle of the conference talent, and you're the worst team in the SEC. It has to be coaching. It's all 100% coaching. They're no good at it.
He's really, really bad. Like worse. I can't believe he won 10 games at Louisiana.
I don't know how he did it.
I don't know. I feel sorry for him in a way, like you feel sorry for, just losers, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't mean like a loser. He's whatever, dude.
He's a good guy.
We're not about good guys, though. It's about sports. You took a job, had a very big place. You were given way too much. Like, we turned over way too much. This is simpleton. And if we're going to do all that, let's give it to a genius.
And it's easy to sit here It's easy to sit here and say, okay, it's all Napier, and it is mostly Napier, but there is a systemic problem. I'm going to continue to maintain this. And I know some of the inner workings at Florida, and I'm telling you, the AD's got to go too. The AD has not done a good job. The athletics director has certain jobs that he's supposed to do, and he's not done a good job. Since 2016, I saw this on the internet. It must be true. Gator head coaches in all sports hired by Scott Strickland are 86 and 398 with 0 natties, while Gators head coaches hired by Jeremy Foley have 18 natties. And the ones who are still there, 390 and 38. It's Scott Strickland has done a poor job as the athletics director.
He's putting it mildly.
He cannot be allowed to hire the next coach. He's 0 for 2. I don't know who the president is there at the University of Florida. Again, there's a systemic problem. Do you want to be good at football or not? You need to tell the fan base. Because if you don't, then we'll find other things to do on Saturdays. We love our Gators.
My son invited me to golf at noon. I turned it down for the 3:30 kick. I wish I hadn't. I wish I had gone to spend time with my son and lived life rather than watch Billy Napier's football team.
They want to come out and say that there's no toxicity. They're a passionate fan base who desperately want to win and deserve. And when you pack that place for game after game after game where you put on performances like that, they are – I got the fans back on this one. I'll criticize the basketball group all I want. But in football, we have every right and desire and want to be great. We deserve a great head coach. We don't have that. They've raised the $26 million. I'm pretty sure that is an accurate statement. I don't know about the Board of Trustees meetings and not. I know there's a chairman of the Board of Trustees. I don't know what you're going to gain right now by firing Billy Napier right now today, because you're just really appeasing a fan base.
And who are you going to put in there?
Right. They have nobody on that staff worthy of sparking.
Understand this, okay? Look, other coaches set Florida back.
Yes.
Billy Napier has destroyed the football program.
Destroyed it.
Like it's going to take a couple of whoever comes in. This isn't a quick brushstroke now.
I would say
it's destroyed. He burnt it to the ground.
I would say this: we don't know, because the way college football is now, if you can fix it right away or not. We don't know. I kind of agree with you in that I tend to doubt it. But if the right guy gets in there, we've always said good coaches by year 2 find ways to win games.
We're about to have a 70-ranked recruiting class. We're about to see every decent player that's down there transfer.
Yeah.
Whoever takes it is going to be starting from like Vanderbilt scratch.
But they'll bring in people right away, too.
I know.
The opportunity to play, the opportunity to be at Florida, the opportunity to be in front of the kids will come in as fast as they will leave. But you're right. And it's just very disappointing. And in the end, he's just not a good football coach. And I do think college football, I do think this is also true. College football is a game of passion, okay? More than any sport there is. College football is a game of passion. And you follow the personality of your head coach. And Eeyore on the sidelines there has none. No passion, no excitement, no verve. No fired up. No, doesn't inspire in his speeches with the kids. That matters, in my opinion. And not having that also hurts, because they come out and they don't look like. I mean, like I said, softest football, and that's insulting, and it's meant to be. It's the softest football team I've ever seen at the University of Florida. How they let a team run for 3, they got manhandled up front on both sides of the ball. We already know about their O-line. Their D-line has not played well either. And Texas, and then when they showed a modicum of maybe we can get in this game, it took 2 plays for a coverage bust by our, again, coaching geniuses, who probably will sit there and tell you, oh, we coached them upright, but clearly then they're not getting the right player. They're not getting clearly it happens over and over and over again. So it's unacceptable. And so a change will be made. It's just a question of when. Billy Napier cannot save himself. It's done. It's over. Florida may win one more game the rest of the way.
Who are they going to beat?
I don't know.
They're favored at Mississippi State. Vegas finally doesn't know.
Yeah. It used to be when we went to Mississippi State and we had a noon kickoff, they would tell us, oh, that noon kickoff will get... We've had good football teams go to Mississippi State and lose. You think this team's going to go to Mississippi State and win? Come on.
We had a noon game last year about this time of the year at Kentucky. Remember how that one went?
Yeah.
That's how Mississippi State's. I don't know anything about Mississippi State.
I don't either.
Except this. They're going to score 30 on us.
Yeah, they lost to Toledo.
Yeah.
And they'll beat us.
Yes, 100%.
We're terrible.
Yes, terrible.
Terrible team.
And again, the program is worse than it's ever been. He not only set the program back, he burned it to the ground.
His team.
It's like he's made it the biggest fix it's ever had to be.
His teams have gotten worse every season. His best win was his first game at Florida, and it's only gotten worse. It's only gotten worse. And he sold us all a bill of goods this offseason, and now it's time to pay the piper, and he will. And Florida will continue to lose. Florida can't win. The Jags can't win. FSU can't win. Hopefully Freddie Taylor can when he joins us next right here on The Drill.
He may have started his career somewhere else, but he found his home in Duval.
Join me, Jeff Loggeman, for Check the Tape Tuesday on Jaguars Today.
Brought to you by Jack's Napa Auto Care Group.com. Go to the pros Napa know-how on 1010XL.
The average cost associated with childhood cancer is a startling $833,000. This is Tom Coughlin, and September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Help the J Fund raise awareness to help our neighbors and community members tackling this devastating disease. Visit tcjfund.org/September for more information.
Hey, Hicken here from my friends at golfteerepair.com. I'm telling you this site because I want you to understand that's where you go, not to fix golf tees, but to have some fun around the game we love. For men and ladies, it's a Jacksonville company, golfteerepair.com, that makes affordable golf wear for the guys and the ladies. And you got to see it to believe it. So go check it out, man. They got football-themed shirts. They got a Duval shirt that's awesome. A teal-colored shirt's really cool. They got Florida. They got Florida State. They got Georgia. Polos, T-shirts, hats, hoodies. But you got to see it to believe it. It's golfteerepair.com. It's all natural materials made out of bamboo, comfortable, breathable clothing. It's golfteerepair.com. Perfect to wear in the summertime and in the heat. When you're going to football games, you'll look cool, you'll look different, you'll be the man or the lady. Just go to golfteerepair.com. That's golfteerepair.com.
Are you still asking the question, why Arlington? Lucky for you, I've got all the answers. Mia here. Arlington's lot is packed with new Toyotas in stock in one location, ready to go home with you today. 60-day exchange. That's 60 days to love your new Toyota purchase or exchange it for one that you do. Worried about financing? There's the Arlington Credit Helper. You even get a complimentary car wash with every service. So instead of asking, why Arlington, I'm going to ask, why aren't you here yet? 10939 Atlantic Boulevard or at arlingtontoyota.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Hacker here, and I've got something to celebrate. Honestly, I never thought I'd be able to say this. I'm on the countdown to dropping 100 pounds. Yes, sir. 90 pounds already, thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss, and I'm just 3 weeks away from hitting the big 100. The best part? I'm reaching that 100 mark in months, not years. Life-changing and life-saving. No doubt about it. I had pretty much given up on trying, but now I'm going to be here for my son, my wife, my family, and most importantly, for myself. I'm living my life to the fullest, and I didn't know just how easy it was to make happen with Awaken 180. When I hit that 100-pound mark, we're going to celebrate big. I'll keep you updated every week as I get closer, and you can even join in on the celebration. Details to come. In the meantime, pick up the phone and make your own 180. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey Googans, Dr. Chris Kopp, PT here with Premier Physical Therapy of Jacksonville. Is pain interfering with your life? Looking for a specialist for the rehab of your young athlete? Whether recovering from injury, surgery, or improving overall function, Premier PT Jax provides personalized treatment with compassionate care. My team of experts are ready to serve you at 3 locations, Ponte Vedra, San Pablo, and US 1 Phillips Highway. Visit PremierPTJax.com or call 904-996-6922. PremierPTJax.com, where your journey to wellness begins.
Post Game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Wow, John, my Clearwater sprinkler system looks great.
All right, Frank, let's go ahead and program your Rainbird timer. How many minutes do you want the zones to run?
John, I think we run from the front 20, the sides 15, the back 10, the garden 5. Clearwater scores!
Well, that's a first, Frank, but you're the boss.
Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage to
ClearwaterJacks.com.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, why is it that when you look at how long a store has been in business, that it always seems to be the stores like Underwood's that sell fine quality that have been around the longest?
Frank, that's a question that really doesn't get asked a lot, but it should be. There are a number of reasons, but probably the biggest is because of the endorsements our longtime customers and their pieces of jewelry have given us through the years. You see, when you sell really fine quality jewelry, that piece will last longer and always stay beautiful. It might stay in the same family for generations, and through those years of wear, a lot of compliments will be made and a lot of people will be told where the piece of jewelry came from. You see, at a store like Underwood's, it's our stated goal to be the best jeweler in the South, not the biggest, so everything we do and carry has to help move us toward that goal. And ultimately, it's the satisfied customers wearing fine quality jewelry that have kept Underwood's in Jacksonville since 1928.
Underwood's in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Family, football, and Friday night traditions connect the past with the present.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
With Hacker and Andrew Gibson, presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Have you tried golfing at the improved Cimarron Golf Club? If you haven't, tell you what, you're missing out on the best deal in Jacksonville. Now, many of you have received a postcard in the mail, and of course, if you bring that with you, $45 plus tax to play. That includes a cart, lunch, and a beer at the brand new Stone Barrel Tap House. Now, go to the website, that is CimarronGolfClub.com, and sign up for the Wild One Loyalty Program. That's the Wild One Loyalty Program, and get all of these specials emailed to you from Cimarron.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguar head coach Doug Peterson calls out poor red zone performance as a reason for the loss to Cleveland.
Comes down to awareness, comes down to execution on the field, comes down to coaching. Definitely an area that needs to improve.
The safety near game's end presented to be too much of a challenge for the Jags.
We had to go 98 yards, obviously, and it just felt like the pocket collapsed a little bit. Just nowhere to go with the ball, so we just got to clean that stuff up.
The offensive struggles have shocked quarterback Trevor Lawrence.
Pretty shocked. Suck right now. We got to figure it out. We can be a really good offense, but clearly we're not. Everybody's got to take accountability, look in the mirror, and fix it.
That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
So when the Jags took over at the 10 late in the game yesterday, Hick, you remember what I said? 90 yards! Oh, I wish. We need a little Freddie T burst there, maybe.
We didn't get that. We didn't get anything. We got a loss.
Much of any kind of burst, are we?
Fred, it was a debacle of a day at the Trevor Bank.
I feel like we don't have enough talent, Fred.
Fred, make some sense of this. We're 0-2,
like
Fred.
Overall.
0-2.
You know, guys, good morning. I sit there and do the broadcast from inside the West Club. I'm constantly approached by fans asking, Fred, what's going on? Fred, what's going on? Can you do anything about it? No, I can't. I'm seeing the same thing you're seeing. I'm seeing a team that's struggling in the red zone, going, 1 for 4 in the red zone. I'm seeing a team who only gives up, only gains 7 yards passing in the first quarter, 9 yards in the second quarter. I'm seeing bad offensive play. I'm seeing bad play calling from the offense. I'm seeing just struggles all over the field. I'm seeing defense that can't get off the field to a bad Cleveland Browns team. They're able to open the drive. Like I think it was a 10-minute drive, first possession by Cleveland, 16 yards, 89 yards, 16 plays, 89 yards. It's just bad play around the board. No big plays made. You take a deep shot mid-third quarter. I was screaming to take that shot earlier in the game on our broadcast. The longest play before that was 10 yards. So you have players out there that I believe that are capable, but the methodical sort of game plan approach, sometimes you just got to manufacture plays. You got to let your dogs be dogs. Your dogs want to eat, let them eat.
Why are they not doing
Fred, do we have dogs?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Do we have dogs? You tell me. You know better than us. Do we have those dogs who can do it? Like, I love the kid. I love the rookie. I mean, the Giants targeted Malik Neighbors 18 times yesterday. He had 10 catches. Now, look, the Giants aren't any good, though. I thought we were a playoff-type team. I just don't know if we have enough dogs, honestly.
It was just the playoffs. You were in the playoffs 2 years ago with the same quarterback, Christian Kirk out there. And I believe you've gotten better at the receiver position across the board. The quarterback position, he's grown. He's gotten better than 2 years ago. The offensive line is better than 2 years ago. Travis Etienne, I know he's better than 2 years ago, even a year ago. I mean, if you have an opportunity to close out the Titans, you have an opportunity to close out the Titans to make a playoff run, after starting 6-2. But you failed to do that. But it's the same. It's just the same players on the field. Like, they have players capable. Brian Thomas, he certainly has the potential. Gabe Davis, who they just brought in this offseason, we saw what Gabe did in Buffalo. He's no different. He can get it done. Defensively, they have their moments. I saw a lot of lanes out there in the run game yesterday from a defensive standpoint that I would have had a field day on those guys. And you look at Ford, Cleveland Ford.
Jerome Ford,
he went out there. Yeah, Jerome Ford. I thought, I don't know why they didn't give him the ball more, but, he had a great day. I think he averaged somewhat 9 yards to carry. I mean, they averaged 4.3 as a team collectively. So the defense is kind of high, Jekyll and Hyde. Like, they have moments. They buckled down in the third quarter. They buckled down in the third, played better in the fourth, and then they gave up that one drive after the Jags failed to score due to the running back position for the second week costing this team with that illegal shift by Johnson. So, they're just picking the wrong moments to have bad plays, and it's costing them.
Fred.
But I think they do have enough players to compete and play well. But, yes, they do have dogs.
When you're watching a game, Fred, are you keeping track in your head, having been a player, to the play calling? Like, does it register more with a guy who has been a running back in the league, or do you think you watch it and just kind of more like us fans do without you have a more specific view, I think, of what the play calls are. And so with that as a basis, I'm wondering, like, our offense doesn't seem to be evolving, Fred. Like, our guys never run open. I just wonder, are we going back to the same well that was, producing in the second half of 2022? Or are we changing with the times? Why do we seem to be regressing, outside of your standard O-line this or, play call that? Can you give me an answer on that?
The answer I can give you is I view the game as a former player. I view the game as if I were a coach playing against the other opponent. I'm there. I'm looking at the situation. I'm looking at the formations, the setup, and I'm anticipating certain plays. Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes I get it wrong, obviously. I'm confused by some of the plays.
Welcome to the club.
But they know more than us. Obviously, look, I want to be fair, right? They script these. They watch this film 4 or 5 games back. They're familiar with the opponent from coaching against previous years, etc. So in that sense, I want to give them their credit, and make sure I mentioned that those guys put in a lot of work and study, etc. So they dial up these scripts. They know what plays they're looking for against these teams. But we all know football is a chess match. Like sometimes you expect this, they go out there, they give you something else, and you got to adjust. Yesterday, the biggest adjustment they had to make was losing Evan Ingram just before kickoff. That had to be tough on a coaching staff who probably had him dialed up to get more targets this game. They opened the game yesterday. First play of the game was to Strange for 9 yards. You have a 2nd and 1. You lose 2 yards. It's stuff like that you can't do.
How about a play-action deep shot, Fred, right?
It takes the momentum away. Right there would be a perfect time for a play-action deep ball. If you can block it up. But you have to be able to mass protect and take those shots and say, all right, this is the one big shot early. Let's get to it. But I haven't seen the Jaguars be aggressive in that manner. The only manner I've seen them be aggressive in is, where they are at certain points of the game, 4th down, or they decide to go for it in that manner, but not in a deep shot manner early in the ball game. It just seems to be a desperation play later in the game.
I think you had a good point when you said if they block it up, though, because yesterday for sure they could not block it up, and it was a tough day for that offensive line. And now we're all second guessing. We traded for a veteran center, understood, but boy, a lot of us were wondering during the offseason, have they done enough? Have they done enough? They drafted a kid from the SEC in the 4th round who's not, quote, ready. He's a project, so he's inactive. So I don't know where they're going to find help. It seems like we may be in trouble in the front 5 again.
There's no help coming at this point in the season.
No help.
I mean,
I need you to find me a lineman, Fred.
And the D-line's not performing either. The D-line's not performing. They're not getting the edge. It's been a problem. They're not getting there consistently.
Yeah.
I go from a week ago, I thought the offensive line did well in the run game. They gave up the sack on the first play of the game to Calais. 2 big sacks at the end. And now you're in a sack fest. Yesterday, I think they gave up 4 sacks. It was 4 sacks. And obviously the big one at the end for the safety. So that was a huge highlight at the wrong time. Like last week, it ended the game. Yesterday, it pretty much ended the game for the most part. Linemen, the line is going to struggle. It's just part of it. They can get to a point where they play better, along with better communication. Having all those guys in multiple games as the season progresses, I want to reserve my thought or my take on the offensive line for a few more weeks.
That's fair.
I want to give them some time to work together and see if they turn around. But even play calling helps that.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to put them in situations where they're going to win. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of consistency from, whether it's the play call selections and just the play from the guys that are on the field.
Fred, I can remember, I think it was maybe a pro day down in Gainesville. It was between the 2000 and 2001 season, or maybe during the 2000 season. And, you were on a Jaguars team there your first couple of years that were a playoff team. The expectations were high. And then that 2000 season, it started to go off the rails. And then into 2001, and then maybe Coughlin changed his method and approach. It's easy for the locker room to get discombobulated is what I'm saying. And so what do you guard against? What do you need to see in a locker room? We're finally starting to see, I think, a little bit some frustration on the field with each other. It's natural to start, this guy needs to do that or this coach needs to call that. What is that? Is there a challenge right now in the locker room, or would that be overstating it?
Players play. We show up and we play. Sometimes we can reserve, our thoughts and opinions and share with each other, share with guys in the locker room that you trust, guys that play your position. You get together and say, hey, what do you think about this or that? Then we get with the quarterback and say, hey, can we, look at getting these plays called? Sometimes the quarterbacks can run that up the chain to the offensive coordinator. And they would take a look. Like coaches are receptive to what players are asking them to do. Now, a lot of times they're going to probably only shift that thought or change for you 10% of the time. And the rest they have to do what their philosophy is, and they have to believe in what they believe in, go for what they prepare for. Because they're all seeing the same stuff on the field. It's just how fast can you make that adjustment? But clearly, looking at these last two games, now they're starting to develop a pattern of where they're struggling. And the one thing they have to do is be able to make those adjustments to make the team better before they dig themselves a hole that they can't get out of. I mean, they mentioned yesterday they lost the last 7 of 8, 3-8 since last year's bye. Like, you have to find a way out of that slump because although it's different seasons, it's still the same.
Carrying over, yeah.
And all those excuses.
The carryover, right?
Yeah. And we used a lot of excuses / reasons for them losing down the stretch. They were injured. Then we don't have any of those. You're just getting whooped. And
you don't. Yesterday's injury to Ingram is huge. I think that's a big injury because, obviously, how do you replace 16 catches or something like that? So you have, that's a lot of production from that position. Then you have, on the defensive side, there's no Savage out there, starter. No Tyson Campbell out there, starter. We look at yesterday, look at some of the calls that were made. Brown had 11 tackles.
I thought he played pretty well, by the way. Shout out to Monteric Brown. I thought he did okay.
You had 11 tackles. That means you're letting them catch the ball.
Well, there you go.
Tackling running back 11 times.
That's true.
Even the 2nd and 20 early in the game that allowed those the Browns' drive to continue. The 2nd and 20 on the sideline to who was that? Jerry Jeudy.
Yes.
Those type plays you got to make, and it was close to being an interception, but you got to make the play. You can't allow it to end up a 16-play, 89-yard touchdown. There's some struggles there. The bad call there against Lloyd, that wasn't a roughing. Maybe that's a field goal and not a touchdown.
Yeah.
Maybe that's, they lost by 5. You take, that's only a 4-point difference. But it changes the lay of the land and how you approach the game, how you play call. If that's the field goal right there.
Yeah.
You go back down and you score a field goal. Or actually, they punted. They scored a field goal on the 3rd possession. But it was a closer game in the first half than we thought the score presented. It was 13-3 at the half. The statistics were much closer than the score. It's just that the Browns executed when they needed to, converting 4th downs. They didn't convert much on 3rd downs, but they converted the 4th downs, and they went down and they executed. Cam Little missed the field goal. Those little things come back to haunt you. But the Browns in this league, man, we say there are no refunds, no freebies. You got to earn everything. The Browns earned this victory yesterday. The Jaguars didn't.
Good stuff as always, Freddie. We appreciate it. We got to get this thing right because we got trips to Buffalo and Houston coming up, my man.
Oh yeah, that's tough, man.
That's the beauty. It can happen quick. We'd be sitting here in 2 weeks saying, "What were we worried about?"
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
But I don't think we will.
Odds are, Jeff Lageman mentioned it. Brian Sexton also mentioned it. 4 of the 407 teams to start 0-2, only 39 have made the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to get going now. And I don't want to say it's panic mode, but the sense of urgency has to increase. And you got to take some shots.
All right.
Take some shots. Get the ball down the field.
Amen to that. All right, brother. Appreciate you as always. Thank you, Freddie T.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Fred.
He's the best in the business. That's Fred Taylor. He joins us every Monday, and we appreciate his
90
insight.
yards is what we needed, Dan.
Yeah, at 9 o'clock. Nasty time next.
Oh, Great.
Get closer to campus and the biggest games of the weekend.
I'm Matt Hayes. We'll break down the players, games, and storylines
On the Bueller Air and Plumbing College Kickoff, Friday evening at 6. Brought to you by Sonny's Barbecue on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Man, I'm so happy to be part of the Georgia Moore Chevrolet family. And when I say family, that's what I mean. That's how they treat you when you visit that beautiful showroom off Atlantic Boulevard. You'll find out what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. You know I got my boy Blue, the beautiful blue Silverado, man, and I love it. But if you want a car, SUV, if you want a truck like me, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet, they got it all. They got it all. If you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, don't worry. MoreChevy.com, easy to navigate. That's more with an E, Chevy.com. All the vehicles are there, sales, service, parts. Never been more easy to use. And by the way, all fall here, we're giving away a Corvette. Just register to win at George Moore Chevrolet social media pages, and you can drive away in a brand new Corvette for free. George Moore Chevrolet gang. Together, let's drive.
I've known Glenn Cohen for a long time as a friend and a lawyer. Persistent and fair, Glenn and his firm have represented clients from North Florida and South Georgia for over 40 years in all kinds of personal injury cases. If I had such a case, call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen, and Sullivan.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
D.V. Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
David Lane here again for Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. After several surgeries for age-old issues, mainly my back and shoulders, there's no doubt that Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is my sustaining resource for living pain-free. Take it from me, and I'm being really honest here, there's no better orthopedic facility here in Jacksonville.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Get closer to nature.
Trying to get close to these bucks out here.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz. The Nimnicht Outdoor Show. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
You already know it's your boy E to the T, and winning season is back. Football is back, and my bookie is here, baby, to make sure you're ready to cash in on all the action. This season, my bookie is pulling out all the stops with incredible promotions like weekly risk-free boost on Thursdays, where you can bet without a sweat. If your bet hits, you win big. If it doesn't, forget about it. My bookie will refund you your wages, but that's just the beginning. My bookie is giving away hundreds of thousands in prizes with their Super Survivor and their Square contest. Get your entries in now for your shot to win huge cash rewards. For a limited time, they're bringing back the double deposit bonus. When you're ready to get started, use my promo code 1010XL to claim your bonus that doubles your money. Double your cash, my boy, with that promo code 1010XL before you place every bet. And now loyalty pays off. With my bookie, the more you play, the more you win. It's simple. My bookie is the lock of the century. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, and make this season your winning season. Come on, somebody.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing and rods. Compare prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Before termites attack your home or business and cause costly damage, Terminix it. At Terminix, we know how to stop termites. These destructive pests have been around for millions of years, but before they show up, so do we. And their time is up. Don't live with a termite problem? Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com. Terminix it.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Hey, it's Mike Dempsey, and you know how I feel about Pella Windows and Doors. Great design, strongest warranties, and the highest quality product. I even chose Pella Windows for my own home. And whether you're a homeowner replacing windows or building a new home or a trade professional working with clients, I know the design experts at Pella will help your project run smoothly and look great. Visit PellaJacks.com or the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway at Pella Windows and Doors.
Homeowners, good news for you. Accent on 4. Listen up. Loan Pronto now has mortgage rates that start with a 4. Prosser here. It's true. Mortgage rates have plummeted. So low, we haven't seen them in a long time. If your current rate is over 6%, you can dump it and lower your house payment big time. Loan Pronto just locked in a homeowner at 4.99% APR. So whether you got your loan last week, last month, or last year, it's time to call Loan Pronto. Even if you're in process with another lender, stop now. Call Loan Pronto. Ask about their zero-cost rate reduction home loan. You can lock in a lower rate with no closing costs in a matter of days, with almost no paperwork and usually no appraisal. And if you act now, you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call now. Loan Pronto can give you a rate quote in minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. Call 904-999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Call 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 166.781. Owner approved credit, MLSconsumeraccess.org.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville. Despite their start this year, Florida head coach Billy Napier sees progress and says he's still the man for the Gator job.
There's been a ton of progress made. Done a lot of good behind the walls and just the organization as a whole. I truly believe that.
Following the game, FSU head coach Mike Norvell was asked about a change at quarterback.
I got a lot of confidence in the guys that are in that quarterback room, but also you got to be able to help the guy, out there as well. Making right read and being able to kind of put the ball in where it's supposed to be.
The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp split their doubleheader with the Charlotte Knights over the weekend to win the 7-game series. Tuesday, they begin a 6-game series against Gwinnett at home. In MLB play, the Rays lost to the Cleveland Guardians and the Marlins fell to the Washington Nationals. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 9:08 and it's 74 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Gookin Nation. It's another hour with Duval's Big Dogs of Sports Media. Dan Hicken.
Yes.
Jeff Prosser.
Blah, blah, freaking blah.
And E to the T.
E.T. is the GOAT producer.
I like the fact that I don't think that Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes particularly like each other.
I would agree with that.
And I think that it's a really good rivalry. And I think that Joe Burrow thinks, man, if I had this team, and I'm on the Bengals, dude. You're on the Chiefs. You got Andy Reid. I still play you straight up. And it's incredible how close I saw a graphic go up late in the game. They're like 150 to 150. And they every game is 2 points or less, just like yesterday. It's so close. But I'm watching them shake hands at the end, and it was just a dap and go.
Man,
But then Burrow stopped to Chris Jones and said that was fun. Spags pulled him over and yapped with him for a minute. So But I like
Joe
that.
Burrow's nice and all, but, go ahead, buddy. You're not going to win that stare down.
Yeah.
This guy's running circles around you. You're nice.
Yeah.
You're a nice player.
Yeah.
This guy's got 3 Super Bowls already.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can dislike him all you want. He's
Yeah.
the GOAT, and you're just out in the field.
Yeah.
And Burrow's good. He ain't great. He's good. Right? This is the thing, and again, it's coming up because everybody's going to hang generational on Trevor to convince themselves one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
There's one generational dude. It's Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
So who cares what you want to call people? Can I get a guy play the position good enough to win me more than he loses? You know what the most desperate thing about these first 2 weeks is, Dan? I've lost all my confidence, man.
Yeah.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Like all of it.
Yeah.
Like in years past, we could have beat Miami, lost. I'd still feel like we had a shot at Buffalo. I don't feel like we have any shot anywhere. I'm like, and you can't give up. We're 2 weeks in.
Well, the problem is we've lost. Trevor Lawrence has lost 7 straight starts. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
I just don't know how you can be a great quarterback if you have lost 7 in a row. It's not like it's a horrible.
He's not a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Not a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Listen, this isn't about what he is now. That's pretty obvious. A fool would sit here and tell you he's playing at an elite level. It's about where can he get to.
Yeah.
And that's where it's on. Listen, I mean, we can't just forget everything. We've seen Trevor at his best in college. We've seen him at his best here. He's got to have somebody get him there.
Yeah.
Right? That's what the coaches are for developing these quarterbacks. And do you think if Patrick Mahomes had gone to the Panthers, Dan, would he be a Super Bowl winner? He's got Andy Reid.
Yeah.
He's coached him up. He's gotten him better. He knew the exact way to do it.
Yeah.
And I've got, again, there's a lot of season left. We can't give up. I just got no confidence going to Monday night. They've just managed to beat the passion out of you in just a couple of short weeks.
I don't know a ton about this one guy when we talk about, and I want to go back to the NFL. I don't know a ton about this guy, but one of the names that pops up when we talk about Billy Napier's replacement, and obviously, you're going to have to wait for Lane Kiffin. You're going to have to wait through the playoff. Ole Miss looks like they're a playoff team. Your boy Keith Catlin can take all his, it'd be dumb for him to leave Ole Miss comments and keep them to himself. If we want Lane Kiffin, we'll take Lane Kiffin, okay?
Well,
you can tell him I said that.
Well, I read that article that
I didn't even read it.
I read it.
I killed it.
It's silly. It's
Yeah,
dumb.
I don't need that.
It's dumb. You're assuming.
But
let me just tell you real quick. The article assumes that Lane Kiffin's not a competitor at all, and he just wants to make $9 million and have an easy life. That's the sell for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Stay here, win 10 games. No one will give you any. No one's ever going to expect
you
anything
can go
of you.
6-6
That's
one year.
right.
That's all right.
So yeah, if that's what drives you, then you're right. You'd be dumb to leave.
That's not what drives coaches.
Right. If you want to be a competitor and prove your Urban and Saban and all these guys, you can do that at Florida. You may not, but you can. You can't do it at Ole Miss.
Well,
So
I'm curious.
I didn't think the article made much sense.
Right, and so I see his name at the top of the board, and they'll throw out some silly ones like Dan Lanning's not leaving Oregon, and Lincoln Riley's not leaving USC, and they'll traipse it down to Eli Drinkwitz at Mizzou. But there's one guy I'm curious. I don't know a lot about him. I know he was Tennessee's OC, and he's heading up the program at USF. That's Alex Golish, and there's a lot of good things being said about him. So, and I think USF plays Miami this week. So anyway. And that's again, I don't know a lot about Golish, but I'll be anxious to hear what people think about him and see about him and do about him going forward. So, let's go hire Lane Kiffin. Sounds like we got a great chance to sign him. Do it now before a different school snaps him up. You can't do it now.
Yeah, you can't. Well, here's the problem with Kiffin. That's a real one, and this from that article does make sense.
Yeah.
This signing day is the 15th or 16th. The early portal is open.
Yeah.
If these coaches go to the playoff, they're not available till the end of December.
They're not available.
But I'll tell you this. I would sacrifice a recruiting season. I would sacrifice a year in the portal to get the right guy.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
You don't go hire, if you love Kiffin and he would come, but Drinkwitz would also come and he's available, you go get the guy that you love.
Sure.
The problem is, our headhunter is a dumb A.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Well, I don't think he should be the headhunter.
All right, dumb AD is what he is. Scott Strickland has just killed the entire athletic program. Now, maybe it was intentional. Maybe the president wants to change what Florida is. And he's tired of Florida man and sports success defining the state university. And instead, he's going to make all the eggheads happy that their GPA has risen.
Like I've said, and I'll continue to say it, is a systemic problem down there. They have to decide what they want to be, and maybe they want to be. Clay County Gator sent me something that he got from the University of Florida, their annual giving statement, and on it says, "You are part of what makes the University of Florida great. UF, new Ivy Public University, Forbes."
Bleep yourself.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah. Go.
Oh, maybe some of you do, but the ones who are listening to this show don't want that. And you know what? And this is what I always tell people, and I say this in all my talks. We're doing just fine. We went to Florida, and we went to Florida when Florida was welcoming to people like me who, and Florida helped me succeed in life. But I didn't have a 1,400 on my SAT or a 1,300 or a 1,200. Yeah, I can keep going. Or an 1,100. No. And I was kicked out of the National Honor Society in high school. I had like a B average.
You had a 4.0 BAC.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I just
tickled myself.
And there's a lot of people like me who've done just fine. All my friends have been very successful and had wonderful lives, and we're in our 60s now.
Meanwhile, just get an AD who can pick the right guy. Yeah. Bill Arnsparger was not a great AD. He chose Spurrier.
Yeah.
That
makes you a great AD, by the way.
Yeah, and Jeremy Foley was a great AD. The proof is in Billy Donovan and Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
It's easy after the fact. Urban Meyer was like Naperish. I mean, as far as he's not like he was winning at Alabama.
Yeah.
He'd won at smaller schools, and Jeremy Foley, unlike Scott Strickland, has a clue. He knows how to run an athletic department, how to talk to the right people to find out who's good and who's not. Mm-hmm. Strickland doesn't care.
By the way, we talk of all
Florida.
this with Billy Napier still being the coach, and quite frankly, I don't care. He's not going to be the coach going forward. So
nor should he be. He burned the program to the ground.
Yeah, so I have no problem saying this, and ultimately he will be done.
I've got this for you though. You ready? You ready for this one?
I'm ready. Yes.
FSU's now 0-3.
Yeah.
Did you see this stat? This is unbelievable. They are the only winless power conference team.
Oh, boy.
Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the teams and all of the, quote, power, now 4 conferences, by the way, it remains true even if you extend the definition of power from Power 4 to Power 5 and include the 2 current members, Oregon State and Washington State, of the Pac-12. In fact, it holds true if you extend to include the 4 teams that will be invited to the Pac-12: Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State. FSU is 0-3, the only power team in the entire country without a win. Mm-hmm. And by the way, they haven't played Alabama, Michigan, or Alabama, Ohio State, Oregon. It's Georgia Tech, Boston College, Memphis.
Yeah, I think they have Cal this week, and then I think they have SMU on the road. They still have Clemson. They have Miami. They do have Duke. They have a tough. I mean, it's tough because they're no good. So I don't know where they're going to find their wins. I tweeted, and of course the fans went crazy. But I tweeted in terms of where are you going to get those wins. I said I'm looking forward to watching the 2-9 Gators against the 3-8 Seminoles to close out the season. I think
ball.
I think in the history of that rivalry, and I don't know the early days, this may be the. Now, we had an 0-10-1 or so. But
yeah, but they weren't they undefeated that year?
This may be
FSU
the least amount of wins combined in the history of the rivalry coming up this year. That's how I feel going forward. Again, it'll be interesting if anybody proves us wrong. If FSU proves us wrong, if Florida proves us wrong, if the Jags prove us wrong. The Jags have the best chance to win some football games. But right now, they don't look like a very good football team. They look more to me like a team that's okay, but not. They compete, but they don't win. And when the losing adds up, it stays with you. It's hard to flip that switch. It's like Freddie T said, who's going to step up and make a play? Somebody needs to step up and make a play for the Jaguars.
They're not making any plays. And by the way, just let me throw another example.
Yeah.
2 games.
Yeah.
0 turnovers forced by the defense.
Yeah.
We don't have a turnover in 2 games.
Yeah.
So and by the way, you can't win if your quarterback fumbles and throw picks. 2 weeks.
No turnovers.
Trevor, no turnovers. So maybe
Maybe part of opening up the offense is making those, quote, ill-advised throws, forcing the ball downfield, making them at least defend something. I don't know. This is probably a reach, but here is this damning stat. We'll never win if Trevor's a turnover machine. 2 weeks, no turnovers, 0-2. We got to play football, call good plays, execute, block people, tackle.
Let's take a break.
Simple. The Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
Learn the ins and outs and ups and downs of the man under center.
Don't just watch the position, learn the position.
Friday mornings on The Drill. Denny Thompson is
the quarterback whisperer.
Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL.
Mad Men Marketing, Jacksonville's original digital ad agency, is now able to get your ads placed on Amazon Prime Video. Their digital experts are some of the few digital marketers approved to insert on Amazon Prime Video. Call their digital consultants at 355-1766 to learn how you can use Amazon Prime Video to grow your business and increase sales. Mad Men Marketing. Interact. Don't interrupt.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hey, Hicken here. Are you tired of having your carpets professionally cleaned only to have them looking dingy again? Zero Res can help. I'll tell you what, they have the technology. Zero Res uses its patented ZR water that cleans beautifully without using any soaps, detergents, or shampoos. That means zero residue left behind. And guess what? Zero Res falling back in time for September. 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129, and we'll clean a 4th room for free. That's right. The 4th room is on me. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O. If you want high-quality water in your home at a fair price that won't scare you to death, then talk to someone who knows water and is not a pushy salesman. Contact your local water boy, Keith. I install premium equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the water boy at waterboyjack.com.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping first-time home buyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time home buyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time home buyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time home buyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time home buyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time home buyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. That's 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
Whether you're navigating rush hour traffic or heading to the home team game on the weekend, remember, drive cautiously. If you find yourself in a fender bender, don't ignore those aches and pains. Injury Care Centers is there for you. Skip the urgent cares that treat colds and flus. They're not equipped to handle injuries. Go straight to Injury Care Centers. Call 904-783-0008. That's 904-783-0008. Drive safe, think Injury Care Centers, and go team.
Hey, gang, add a little fun to your fantasy, to your football season with some fantasy football, because it seems to be a fantasy that the Jags are going to do anything to really fulfill you. So go on over to the Underdog app where you can be the coach. You can make the calls. And you can win some cash. In the meantime, over 1 million fans got in the game with Underdog last year. Compete against others in the player v player fantasy game and see if you can beat out the pack, become top dog. Also have the projection game, higher or lower. Pretty simple. Underdog's super fun to play, easy to get started. I'm on it all weekend. Go to their easy-to-use mobile app, or that's what I have. Go to theunderdogfantasy.com if you're on a desktop. Sign up with promo code Prosser, and Underdog will give you a special to use on your first contest and a deposit offer as well. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Prosser. Claim your new customer offer of a mystery special plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Must got to be 18 or older. Concerned with your play, call 800-GAMBLER or ncpgambling.org.
10XL is the home of Gator Nation and the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. I'm Hacker, and we keep you connected with the University of Florida all year long. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts.
Has someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI, domestic violence, and all criminal offenses. In your battle with the justice system, there's only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645. 354-5645.
Are you an experienced plumber or welder with MedGas certification and you're tired of being undervalued? It's time to make the move to Local 234 Plumbers, Pipe Fitters, and HVAC Technicians. With the best pay in the business, you'll earn $36.50 an hour with benefits that's almost $50. It's not just a job, it's a career that values you. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer.
Cyber threats don't take time outs. Protect your business with DoubleCheck Cybersecurity's AI-powered solutions. Get 24/7 defense and stop hackers before they score. Don't wait. Visit doublecheck.com to schedule your free security consultation today.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
That guy is terrible. Are we back?
We're back.
We're back?
Do it live.
It's been a depressing Monday, man. It's just, this thing's out of control, man. I was just reading about Pat Forty writing about Florida, man, and how bad
that's everywhere.
The Gators and the Noles are, and you know FSU hasn't even led for 1 minute in the 120 minutes of football at Doak.
I told you the only 0-3 Power 5 football team. All of them. Think of every bad bottom of the barrel. Vandy, Indiana had a nice win this weekend over UCLA.
Yeah.
From the text line Design My Lifetime Enclosures, Dan, stop allowing Prosser to include Trevor in the top 15 quarterbacks. It's getting sad. I'm not aware that I released a top 15 quarterback list. I mean, I commented in the offseason about where he was.
I would keep Trevor Lawrence in the top 15 of the NFL quarterbacks right now, as much as I'm disappointed in how he's played.
Either way, though, I just
I don't care. I'm keeping him. I'm keeping him right there. I'm sorry. Now, is he top 5? No. Is he top 10? No.
And is he playing like that right now? No. I don't think that Trevor is the problem. Y'all can disagree. I don't care.
Yeah.
Go ahead, play your checkers, and we suck, so the quarterback sucks. He's a bust. I don't care. I really don't. He's not going anywhere. He's signed for 5 years. I think if they're competent and consistent, Dan, there's no continuity, right? We can't get anything going. Forget week to week. Like, series to series. When's the last time we scored back-to-back?
Yeah.
We can't, and the Browns have a good defense. You're not going to get well on them, but there was more there than they took advantage of. That's for sure. Including, by the way, a go-ahead touchdown call back by penalty because we couldn't procedurally get set up. Guy didn't get penalized because in the heat of battle he was trying to make a play and he held.
Yeah.
It's just procedural. We don't know where to line up. And you wonder, Dan, with this whole play calling thing, is it going through a filter? Is it being, are we getting, exemptions thrown up? Is that leading to the plays getting in late? These are just suggestions. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's no continuity. There's no flow to the offense, and it's about a lot of things. But one of them is it'd be nice to be ready to go with 17 seconds.
Yeah.
Then you can move guys. Then you can see the defense. So often there's 6 seconds to go on the clock, and Trevor's darting eyes to the sideline. He's clapping. He's looking at his guys.
Well, we got 13 games left in the Major League Baseball regular season, and we're tied, so it's a best of 13, and it starts tonight. You got the Dodgers for one more. We got Washington.
Oh, the Nats, you mean?
Then we get the Phillies for 4, you for 3, and the Brewers for 3. So, and our best player's got something wrong with his back, so it doesn't look great for us, but we'll hopefully keep battling. And, man, just to have meaningful baseball's fun. A couple heartbreaking losses, boy. I tell you what, 4-0 lead. Played really good. Could have swept that damn series against the Phillies and only won 1.
We won 2 out of 3, and ironically, last night kind of felt like could have won. The Braves played really good, though, Friday, Saturday. I'm pleased to get 2 out of 3, but now you know what's going to happen. We're losing today. We'll see. We got Free. Free needs to throw a game here. It'd be nice if we could keep pace today and stay even with 12 to go, but I feel like we're going to give it right back to tonight.
Yeah.
Because you're beating the Nats. And that guy, Bucky Irvin, by the way, is terrible. That's the one that shut us down.
Well, we haven't been hitting, and if we don't have Francisco, there's no telling. I take no game for granted, but we do need to try to snap. We got a little 2-game losing streak now, and you got to get out of that. It's quick. It happens fast. Arizona comes back and wins. Now they got a 2-game lead. San Diego's got a 3-game lead. They still play each other. So, again, if we need one of those teams to go into a little bit of a slide, one of those West teams could go into a slide, then maybe we could slide up and both of us could make it. It would be happy times, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Like I said, there's just 2 weeks left, and the Padres are all but in. They have a 3-game set with the White Sox, okay? Suddenly the red-hot White Sox, who have won 2 in a row for the first time, I don't know, since probably the first half of the year, they're now 35-115. So they still – it's amazing to me how bad the 62 Mets were to have 40 to be 40-120. You have to be so bad because you can lose and
I don't see how it's possible.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
But somehow the White Sox are doing it.
They got to get to 41 to break the record?
Well, I guess, 41 because we were 40-120.
So that's, but you didn't play 162.
We didn't play 162.
Yeah, is it the most losses or is it the fewest wins?
Winning percentage, stuff like that. So, again, trying to make sense of just bouncing around a little bit here. We've talked Jags so much, and Jaguars today's coming up here in just a few minutes, and they're going to break it all down as well. And we'll talk Jags all day here, but trying to make sense of Taylor Spierto getting 29 snaps and Aiden Mizell and Marcus Burke and Tank Hawkins getting less.
You can't get any sense out of a nonsense.
Hard for me to figure that out.
And again, like I feel like this is not this isn't like, understand sometimes when we get like edgy and ratcheted up and this guy's an idiot. He's a football idiot. Understand that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying you're stupid.
Right.
He's football dumb.
Yeah.
And that's fair. There's football smart, there's football dumb. Football, like other things in life, you get sorted based on your abilities and your your success. And this guy's terrible. I wouldn't hire him to coach I would hire Billy Napier to coach my high school team.
Okay.
He seems like a nice man, put good morals, God-fearing, little high school team.
Probably where he should be.
He'd be great at Hawthorne.
And maybe he will. Maybe he'll take
maybe he will. But as a
don't
head
take
coach,
Cornelius Ingram out of Hawthorne. Maybe that's
terrible.
Maybe he'll take his $26 million parting gift and go. I said this weekend, honestly, it's disgraceful. That contract alone is a fireable offense. I know you have to give him buyouts, but this Jimmy Sexton guy and what they're doing with these coaches, it makes me sick. I mean, I've never seen a profession where you get paid more to leave than you get to. It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. By the way, one other thing. I guess the Irish Open was this weekend, and Rory had an eagle putt on the last hole to tie and force a playoff, and he just missed it.
All I know is that John Rahm won the Live Championship, so that's to expect. I know he must be excited about that.
I think Patton Kazire won whatever the PGA Tour was.
Yeah, the PGA Tour started up again.
But I was thinking about Rory. Rory's getting into this, that 22 Open at St. Andrews, the Pinehurst U.S. Open this year, and now this is his National Open. There's some brutal losses for Roars here. He's got to find a way to break through and get a dub here on a big one. Because it's that stuff starts to ask Greg Norman about that. Kind of basically that's what he's known for in his career. I think did Greg Norman win 1 or 2?
Win what? Majors?
Majors.
He won 2.
2 Opens?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, let's do this. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk. I think you've got an Emmy breakdown for us. It's your favorite night of the year in Hollywood.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I think
I do now because of the streaming. I watch a lot more than I do. So at least when they say who the candidates are, I have at least an idea sometimes.
All right, well, that's exciting.
Well, we'll break that down and more. Trending, is that what you're saying?
I say, well, your Emmy Award breakdown.
Yeah, I'm not breaking down the Emmys. You're the People magazine guy, but the bubble bath hadn't flown in a while, so I don't know where you are right now, to be honest. I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Yeah.
You once uttered some incredibly famous words about.
Yeah, you keep saying these things. They grow. Yeah. I do think I think I said something to the effect of, it's extra sad when we have tragedies in malls and schools and, and not award ceremonies. I may have said something like that.
Something to that effect.
Something to that effect.
This is the drill.
What's wrong?
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey everyone, it's football season and we wanted to go to the drawing board to make this year's predictions. Let's compare our two blonde all-stars. Most touchdowns, best pricing in the market. Most passing yards, gives the most for your trade. Most receptions, free oil changes with every purchase. Super Bowl champion, wow customer service. This looks like a winning season for everyone. Come see Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, where you can score big all season long.
This is Tony Baselli, Pro Football Hall of Famer. I was known for protecting our quarterback. These days, I'm extending that protection to a different arena, your home. I have partnered with Heritage Roofing of North Florida, your premier local roofers with over 25 years of experience. Heritage is your go-to roofer for hurricane preparation, with same-day inspections and estimates. They also work with all insurance companies. Let Heritage Roofing of North Florida safeguard your home and family. Visit heritagenfl.com for your free estimate today.
State license CCC 1335410.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool? Today's contestant, a dust bunny breeder from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Steve Johnson. Welcome to the show, Steve.
It's great to be here, Alex.
Yeah, you don't have to answer it in the form of a question, Steve.
What is this game show?
See, that's another question.
Are you going to ask me about air conditioners?
Yeah, okay. How about we just send the Bueller guys over and you can annoy them with all your questions? Johnny?
That's right, Steve. Bueller Air and Plumbing can answer all your air conditioning questions. Repair options, replacement models, and how to make your AC last longer while saving electricity. Making sure you are cool.
Where is the parking lot?
You're killing me, Steve.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On September 16, 1995, Atlanta Braves legendary pitcher Greg Maddux sets a major league record by achieving his 17th consecutive road game victory.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called The Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, rolling lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on?
count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There's no tuition or no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost are the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by November 7th.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Jaguars struggled mightily in the first half on Sunday against the Browns. Trevor Lawrence had just 16 yards passing, and the Jaguars were outgained by Cleveland 195-81. Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson on what happened in the first half.
Yeah, that's something we need to look into and find out why. It's really, we have an opportunity to play a football game. We're blessed to coach and play, and you should be excited about stepping on the field and giving everything you have. And it's a tough sport. It's something I got to try to figure out with the guys and see what's going on.
I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Barra & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
Well, it's obvious. We got a lot to cool down from. I'm going to send a message to the Jags right now, and hopefully I'm doing this as a PSA to inspire them. And I don't like to bring this out only when things are going bad, but it's going bad. I mean, the only win we had in the last 300 days is over the worst NFL team maybe any of us have ever seen, and that's the Carolina Panthers. So
84 yards passing yesterday.
Jacksonville, until you start playing like you should, you get this from the drill.
Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr.
That's just come here, hop up in my lap. Don't jump in the Browns' lap. They'll snap your neck and leave you lying in the St. John's River. What a pitiful performance yesterday.
We're going to bring back Open the Cage.
Yeah, that's pitiful.
Continues.
It's pitiful, man.
Yeah.
It's for as much height, weight, and athleticism that goes to work every week down there at the stadium. You guys did a poor job of manhood yesterday, boys. I mean, at some point, you might want to man up. You're playing an alpha game. I don't know if they know that down there. All right, and it's an alpha game. You don't play with the newspaper reporters that talk to you, or the broadcasters that hurt your feelings, or the social media that you may read. You play against another group of alpha men.
Yeah.
So far, 0-2, boys.
Yeah.
Boys v. men. So far, 0-2. So go ahead and, bunch it all up and get this egghead reporter know what he's talking about, and this dude never played the game, and that's social media, Nuh-uh. Ask the teams you're playing. Ask them when you're done. Hey, how tough were we today?
Bad.
That's bad. It's embarrassing, really. It's just, It's embarrassing. Maybe they're not better, Dan. Maybe we just caught a damn wicked wave of luck at the end of 2022 and carried over with a nice, soft schedule in 2023. When we got off to this great start last year, remind me who we beat. Did we? We beat Buffalo in London in a game we held on.
We got to 8-3.
Yeah, who were we beating to get to 8-3?
We got a little win over Pittsburgh and New Orleans on the road.
Those were decent wins, but those weren't playoff teams.
No, that's about it.
Right, and because
then,
and then we got to end 8-3, and then what was it? It was San Francisco.
Yeah.
It was Cincinnati.
We talked about
it was
a
Baltimore.
Test of where
right.
we stood.
Yeah. And that 8-3, we played the Chiefs. didn't do too good against them, did we? We played the Houston Texans, who we lost to them at home, didn't we?
got one against them.
Yeah, that's the second. That's the one win we had, or one of the few.
Oof. We're staring at something here, boys.
I just don't.
Better figure it out. Better figure it out this week.
I think it's this. You went from thinking they're a team that's good enough to not play their best and still beat most teams to a team that's not good enough and has to play better to have a chance.
I'm going to suggest that maybe the fellas get down to the stadium today and do some extra work. I don't know what it may be.
Corrections. Should be plenty of corrections.
Maybe a little lifting, maybe a little film study, maybe something.
I've never heard, Dan, even this. I don't know if we're passing the buck or if we're. I've never heard of a football team at any level, the coach in week 2 talking about how it's simplified. You've had these guys for 3 years, Doug.
Yeah.
You're telling me that you've dumbed it down for them? Well, dumb it down for your own damn self and make it work.
Let me tell you what human nature is, Jeffrey. Human nature is when things start to go bad, the fingers start to get pointed.
I thought he kind of did that with Bucky in the postgame yesterday.
And so now we're at the point where the fingers are getting pointed. And that's what starts to happen because everybody wants to keep their cushy multi-million-dollar jobs, and it's not my fault. This guy did this. This guy did that. It's inevitable. And that happens with losing. It's called, and it's so you can take your culture and throw that out the door. When you win, everybody's okay. When you lose.
Same with the quarterback.
Yeah.
You're like, we want Josh Allen, the one that just went 13 and 19 for 128 yards. They happen, but you win. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The most important thing for these quarterbacks, the more and more you learn, is the winning. No one cares who the 5,000-yard, 40, like Breeze, Brady were statistical equals.
Yeah. Give me some New York City headlines here. Let's wrap it up with this today, and we'll appreciate that. Brought to you by my friend, Dr. Richard Townsend. Learn more about concierge medicine at mypvconcierge.com. That's mypvconcierge.com. He does an awesome job. He's been taking care of me for decades, and now he's in concierge medicine, and I'm going with him.
We also haven't won a game since the Slee Stack threw the drink on the Jags fans here in town.
Good point. A neighbor of Trump's shooting suspect speaks out. A lot of people were afraid of him.
Really? Think? I mean, what?
Yeah.
I mean, in case you missed it, yesterday somebody set up, tried to shoot the former president
at a golf
again.
Course. Jackson Bro dies. Tito Jackson, Michael and Janet's brother and Jackson 5 member, dead at 70.
Tito is the one other that I remember. Like, what are the other brothers' names? There was one that starts with J. There's like a what is it?
Jermaine.
Randy, Tito, Jermaine.
Jermaine, that's it.
Yeah. And the other one. Michael. That was 4. Way too much. At the Emmys, board stars look like they didn't want to be there.
Does anyone like those silly things? You have to be there, but...
Watches Henry Winkler and Ron Howard bring Happy Days nostalgia to the Emmys.
The problem that show is so old, it's not nostalgic anymore. It's what? What is that?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Happy Days was 50 years ago, Hick.
Here's how much you spend per minute while shopping at Costco. Let's see, not reading those. A cut above, Prince Harry's birthday photo shared by royal family included a Meghan Markle snub. Another snub. Jets don't have a choice with star holdout anymore. The former Noel tore his Achilles yesterday, that Jermaine Johnson.
I saw that.
They may
Non-contact.
they may have to go bring in. On-field snub, Shedeur Sanders refused to shake rival QB's hand after Colorado's win over Colorado State.
I don't know how talented Deion's teams are, but they're the worst sportsmanship team in all of football. And most people don't care, right? I mean, he's giggling in there. It doesn't matter to him. But they just
talking that trash.
Yeah, Shedeur, you'll get yours, tough guy, you smart ass.
He probably will.
He'll go up to the league and big old bad Deion's kid, and then we'll see how much respect they have for you. So, congratulations, you beat Colorado State. What a job!
Enchanted evening, how Taylor Swift celebrated Chiefs' thrilling win over Bengals.
Yeah, I'd like her to also just take a nice long flight to the moon for a couple weeks.
Tiny Colorado Village named one of the best to visit this fall.
Called The Village by M. Light Shyamalan.
Fear Factor. Influencer films himself in bear den as Beast arrives home. You won't believe what happened.
We know
Death in a grizzly maze.
We did this story 20 years ago, Death in a Grizzly Maze. That's Darwinism, and I hope the bear ate him.
The Revenant.
Kate Winslet, 48, reveals she had testosterone replacement therapy to boost her sex drive.
A lot of those ladies are doing that. Hear that out there, guys? Get them to the doctor.
Oh, okay. All right. Horror plunge high school dancer in coma after fall from top of moving vehicle during car surfing in Utah Park. Kids?
Kids we're all so dumb when we're young.
Yeah. Don't car surf.
Never really saw the traction in that personally.
Let us meet again. Singles shop for love by adding these secret coded foods to their grocery carts.
Upside down pineapples? Is that what it is?
It's pineapples. There
The
you
poor
go.
Pina, man, has gotten this scurrilous reputation. What did the pineapple have to? Why I got to be the pervert? That's what the pineapple's saying.
E?
Now, the 2-minute
I want to be the
drill
eggplant.
brought to you by Injury Care Centers, the exclusive provider of BioTarget regenerative therapy for pain. Visit GoBioTarget.com for a location near you.
I don't know what you got to do, but you better fix this mess.
You guys want to do a 6-hour show today? Or?
No. You better fix this quickly.
On me.
Because your program is Jaguar related.
It is.
And you look forward. I hear the glee in your voice when football season comes around.
Yes.
The pure, unadulterated joy of having football back.
That's gone.
It is. It is September 16th.
Yeah, they beat it out of me.
We're 0-2.
Yes, we are.
A lot of ball left.
Unfortunately.
A lot more weeks
you
to
know
go.
what? We should know better. Here, they could literally start 0-4. If they get hot and get to 3-4, we'll be right back in.
I don't know, man. You give away these are.
I just wonder if they can. Is the problem? Like they've lost games now that they're losing like they lost the end of last year when they had all the excuses, but now they don't have the excuses, so it makes you.
I mean, Cleveland. If Cleveland loses that game yesterday, they're going, "Man, we beat ourselves. We were terrible on third down. We had 13 penalties.
Yeah.
13 penalties for 100 yards
Yeah,
in
13.
the game. And we threw the ball.
Yeah.
On 3rd and 6 when the Jags have no timeouts left.
What was that?
Unbelievable.
What was
The
that?
greatest gift you could imagine to get the ball back with 1:27 after that safety was taken and still have a chance to win the football.
Still, we get a miscommunication and a 10-second runoff.
And by the way, if you are going to be able to get them back, and I don't know. I don't think that the high onside punt's ever going to work. I don't know who drew that one up.
I do feel like this is.
What were they trying to do? Maybe hope he misses it or bobbles it
Mike,
or something?
do you
Muffs it?
feel like Jag Nation is losing faith in the head coach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
There's a
palpable.
There's a lot of that I'm sensing.
He's 1-7 in his last day.
Oh,
I too have lost a lot of
Yeah.
confidence in Doug Peterson. He's
There's
had
that.
any answers.
I think there was a lot of faith lost in Press Taylor prior to that,
Yes.
and people just feel like he's an extension of Doug.
That's fair.
So,
all right. Well, you got a lot to unpack.
Oh, boy.
Start unpacking. Jaguars today coming up momentarily. Our work is done, Jeffrey.
It is. It has been the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com. Late breaking news this morning is a break. Isaiah Pacheco, broken leg. Another blow for the Chiefs, who next week will improve to 3-0. This is the drill.
Get insight from the Jags head coach.
I think we're right on track.
Doug Peterson joins the Frangie Show Fridays at 4:05. Brought to you by Renewal.